J Squad.
We gotta find. Now what do we do? That's the first clue. Now what do we do? That's the first clue. We gotta find.
Yo, what is going on, everybody? It's going to be a fun day today. Let's see here. Man. Going to do a little chill stream tonight. We've got some stuff going on in Rimworld. Going to get that. See if I can survive this run. See if Krax can pull through and give some grab plates so we can actually finally expanding the ship. If you don't know, last night we we lost all of our slaves, every single one of them. So we have no slaves. All of us are injured quite a bit. Krax, as usual, is hurting. Gunshot wounds, bruises, gunshot wounds. It's just bad. Manipulation is 27 right now. So we're waiting for him to heal, and then we're going to pop this baby open and this one down here. And hopefully we can find some grab plates. I don't know that I'm going to go through the entire facility. I'm probably going to just try and grab as many grab plates as I can and get out, because we don't have anybody that can do, like, look at the skills of these guys right now. What do we have? They're all upset. He can do plants and a little bit of crafting, but he's mostly a combat guy, even though he goes down every single time. Does he have Wimp? No, he's Fast Learner and Bloodlust. Then we have Nicholas, who we recently got into. He's our construction guy, crafting, medical, and of course a shooter. And then we've got Yana, who's one of those weird guys who came in. Not really good at a ton of stuff. Just kind of took him because I needed a body. We'll figure out what to do with him later. Now, as for the show itself, as for what we're going to talk about on stream, it's hold on. It's going to be some random videos, but I've got a couple that are like insane VTubers that I guess got into drama over the past year, it looks like. Just talk about them. What else happened? Let's see here. Let's go to X. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Where was it? Microsoft, or no, Steam. Let me see if I can find this. So it looks like, Microsoft put out its little answer, or not Microsoft, fuck me. MasterCard did, saying that we're not involved, we didn't do anything. Visa has said the same thing. Well, it looks like Steam spoke out. One of their spokesmen spoke out and said, no, it's definitely you guys, that it's a third-party company that you sent that cited MasterCard's, what is it called? MasterCard's terms about content that they allow people to go through. Let's see here. Steam talks about MasterCard. See if we can find the article. Bang.com news. We'll pull this up first. So let's do this. Oh, Jesus Christ. Why is this so big? There we go. There we go. Boom. And boom. We'll just do this real quick. So, yeah, MasterCard. Who's this? MasterCard responds to gamers' campaign against the adult content on Steam. No, this is just the MasterCard one. Let's go back. Go back one. Thought this was the article. Whoops. Boop. What happened to it? Google. Looks like the Valve. Oh, update Valve responds. So it looks like Kotaku is the ones who talk to Steam of all the places. MasterCard denies pressuring Steam to censor NSFW. And then update Valve responds. Most of this we know. Here's their allegation, which has been, all of their comments have been community noted. And then, let's see here. There was an update on the 1st. In a statement to Kotaku, a spokesperson from Valve said that, meanwhile, MasterCard did not communicate with it directly. Concerns did come up through payment processor and banking intermediaries. So basically side companies. That's what she said. I'm a little slow on that one. Basically saying that intermediaries, like, yeah, what MasterCard and Visa are trying to do is basically say, oh no, we're not the ones that talked about it. Or talk to them. So it can't be on our side, but really it was their intermediaries, their, side companies or whatever, lawyers or whatever it is that they have. They said payment processors rejected Valve's current guidelines for moderating illegal content on Steam, citing MasterCard's Rule 5.12.7. MasterCard did not communicate with Valve directly, so the Valve statement sent over email to Kotaku reads, MasterCard communicated with payment processors and their acquiring banks. Payment processors communicated this with Valve, and we replied by outlining Steam's policy since 2018 of attempting to distribute games that are legal for distribution. Payment processors rejected this and specifically cited MasterCard's Rule 5.12.7 and the risk to the MasterCard brand. The merchant must not submit to its acquirer or customer must not submit to the interchange system any transaction that is illegal or in sole discretion of the corporation may damage the goodwill of the corporation or reflect negatively on its marks. This is kind of the crazy part of it. The irony that Kotaku is doing real journalism while the usual suspects keep spurging out over porn is not lost on me. Yeah, and it's the thing, like, they're the loudest voice in the room, and they're getting notice from people like the Collective Shout Lady, but they're not doing anything more to actually call this out. Like, this is good information. Steam looks like they're fighting back. And you remember yesterday, Kamoji, we were talking about what was it, the rule that Steam put out being kind of like a hint at, hey, it wasn't us. This feeds more into my conspiracy theory that they were like, yeah, hey, it's not us, we're just gonna let this slide, that, hey, we're not the ones doing it, our hands are being forced. It goes on, the sales of a product or service, including an image, which is patently offensive or lacks serious artistic value, such as, by way of example and not limitation, images of non-consensual sexual behavior, sexual exploitation of a minor, non-consensual mutilation of a person or body part, and bestiality, or any other material that the corporation deems unacceptable unless unacceptable to sell in connection with a mark. Yeah, I know the chat's delayed for me a little bit. Is it massively delayed? Because it shouldn't be. It should be pretty quick. But, I mean, this is crazy. It's basically saying their rule, as with most of these corporations, like, you think a lot of this stuff should be curtailed. Being able to say that may damage the goodwill, which basically means they can cancel anything they want. They can say, you know what, we're not doing this anymore. We're not, we don't like this. We think it could possibly one day be bad for the brand. And, you can talk all you want about the porn games and things like that. If the stuff is legal, it's legal. We shouldn't have MasterCard coming in and changing it, right? Some of the content, I think, could test the limits of what's legal, but as for that, Oh man, as for that. So this is what's come up lately. This is kind of the latest information. I'll try and keep up with little tidbits, but I think until something major happens, this is kind of gonna be what we're seeing is small things come out here and there. Still no politicians, still no word from anyone outside of other countries or anything like that I've seen. So right now it's just us yelling at these companies, hoping that something will get done, right? We'll see if that gets any further, if that goes anywhere, or if we're just stuck in it. And it's hard to say. There's so many distractions going right now. Like all these laws that are starting to come out, they're banning IPs from what I hear. Or ISPs are banning IPs from the UK, and no one's really talking about these child protection laws that are flooding the internet. So I'm pretty dystopian on all of that currently. Just pretty dystopian on it. We'll see what happens and go from there. But it seems like we're at a big changing point in the world, and corporations are trying to take control, and governments are also in there trying to take control with it, right? Am hanging out. Welcome, Grizzle. Welcome. Thanks for hanging out on this weekend. We're gonna here in a few minutes. We're gonna see if I survived there. However long it takes Krax to get healed up. So we'll watch some videos while we're going through that as we usually do here. First video. Where am I seeing? Yeah, we're still on reading. I wanted to watch. There's one Kimoji just sent me today. On Dark Viper AU, it's the Internet Versus. If you don't know who does Internet Versus now, it used to be Twitter Versus was Bo Blacks's, but the world as we know it is ending. I can, the fact that the president of the United States is threatening nuclear war with the other country that has the most nukes in the world is just absolutely insane, right? To blatantly say that you're willing to go to nuclear war is just horrendous. I never thought I would see it in my days, but here we are. But anyway, so Dark Viper AU, Internet Versus is done by a guy named Connor. Connor is a friend of Augie's, grew up in they came around in the Augie RFC commentary age. He started taking over Internet Versus. Well, he made Internet Versus because Bo Blacks, who made Twitter Versus, was, having like an absolute meltdown with his life, and then just stopped really working. So they, have been doing a pretty good job with it. I like it in terms of being able to just see what's going on with Twitter. Then recently, it looks like they did this one, about 2 weeks ago. Dark Viper a couple of weeks ago had another breakdown. If you don't know who Dark Viper AU is, he is a what is he, a GTA trick or speedrunner. That's what he does, a GTA speedrunner, infamous for his 14 pages of he wrote about how he should be able to how taking someone's work on internet and online and transforming it is equal to rape, pretty much. Insane stuff. Oh, there we go. Boom. Insane stuff all around. But anyway, let's see what this one was. I remember slightly talking about it, or listening to some stuff about it, but we'll start here. before we go into some other stuff.
YouTuber Dark Viper AU, best known in the drama community for his criticisms against reaction content and being the fair use guy, has recently come under fire for allegedly stealing someone's clip, making it into a YouTube short, not giving credit to the creator of said clip, and allegedly making $2,000 US. A thread was posted a few days ago by the clip's creator going over what happened and how Dark Viper responded by
Oh yeah, I remember this. This seemed kind of silly to me.
throwing a temper tantrum in his DMs. Dark Viper replied back denying this, saying that the original clip poster was actually unhinged and that the content was completely transformative and the criticism is totally unfounded. Welcome to the internet versus Dark Viper AU. It starts when Dark tweets out, "A YouTuber with 2 million subs stole our work, uploaded it, and made over 1,500 euros from it. When I politely confronted him, he threw a tantrum, blocked me, banned me from his Discord, and edited his angry response, hoping I wouldn't see it. Here's what happened. Back in 2019, my friend MassaBoy30 and I got interested in speedrunning and started to look for strategies. I realized that during the mission Paletto Score Setup, you could glide across Alamo Sea using a motorcycle, saving about 10 seconds. I spent a while perfecting this strategy. After days of testing and perfecting this strat, Mesa got the perfect clip, and we together decided that this would be the clip we shared this new risky strategy with. We showed it to speedrunners, and Friendly Baron asked for a permission to use it in his video. We gave him that. Here's the link to the original clip, and here's the Friendly Baron's video where the clip was featured in with permission and credit. A couple years later, Dark Viper got hold of the video and used that same clip without our permission. He made a YouTube short with our gameplay, added commentary, and uploaded it without asking us.
That is kind of a crazy thing to hear from like Dark Viper, that the don't steal clips in videos guy technically stealing a clip and putting some commentary over it.
Added credits in the comments, but later he replaced it with this, showing a comment announcing a new merch store. I wasn't happy that the credit got removed, so after collecting enough courage, I messaged him about it. I hoped it was just a simple mistake when he/his team edited the comment. I would have been happy with a "sorry, I'll add the credit back," but I got this answer, and it's Dark DMing him saying, "Hey Matt, you know I've been watching you for a long time. I'm not the most active and I don't really show it that often, but I really like you and your content. That being said, there's one thing that's left a sour taste in my mouth. I've been meaning to bring this up for a while, and after seeing your recent yap where you talked about short profits and related stuff, I felt it was the right time." Then he attaches a link to a short. It's this particular short I want to talk about. I know you originally added a credit in the comments, but that credit is now gone because the comment was edited into a different announcement. The issue I have is that you used gameplay footage without permission. You just took it and ended up making a good amount of ad revenue from it. I want to make it clear that I'm not asking for any money. I'm just genuinely curious why you do something like that, especially since both you and—
If I remember right, the like big controversy with this situation isn't so much about what happened, because it's just, you know, the guy's just asking for, he's asking for you know, mentioning who he is. He's asking for credit. That's what he's asking for. All that drama over reaction content drama only for him to do the same thing and accuse people of it. How funny. Yeah. And I think if I remember right, there's like a point in here where he actually says that he transformed the material, which is even funnier.
And I know what it feels like when someone else isn't being friendly and doesn't credit you properly for your work. Another thing that bothers me is that I actually reached out to you 2 years before you posted this short, offering to provide gameplay footage for gliding if you ever wanted to cover it on your clips channel. You responded to me with showing a message from March 2021 where he said, "I can't do it, so never. Could have done it years ago had I wanted to. If I can't show myself, I am not keen. Thanks though. I was genuinely interested in helping you if it was ever something you needed or wanted, but you clearly declined. So I respected that and left it at that." So finding out a couple years later that you did a complete 180 and uploaded a clip without permission was disappointing. Again, I'm not trying to start any drama. This was just something I really wanted to get off my chest. I do feel bad about this stunt you pulled. Keep up the good content. And Dark Viper responded, "I gotta say, this is a strange message. It was 2 years later, man. I answer quite literally hundreds of DMs a week." Then it's cut off here. It says ID ... So to summarize, you put unlisted footage that you never intended to use for any purpose on a Discord somewhere to show a strat. It wasn't public. You were making no money off of it. Hell, you were never going to make money off of it. I edited it years afterwards.
Creatively edited it years afterwards.
Great expensive time and presenting it in a way to cause it to succeed. Taking a 9-minute screen recording and making it into a 20-second clip. This you were obviously never going to do. And hell, no one was ever going to do it. Shame. It was a good edit, and
okay.
I guess I will find that clip of Trevor diving out a boat onto a whale that other dude made. Fuck if I want another DM like this. I originally wrote you a very long message. I have removed it and privated the clip. Never contact me again for any reason. Please stop watching my content. The post continues, "Here's..."
Dark Viper just can't help himself. He's got to go complete schizo on his rants. Making videos, deleting videos. I think like he's been making a video series on Willie Mac now, and like each video is like 3 hours long. Holier than thou. I think that's the perfect way to say it. But like each video he's made on Willie Mac has been like 3 hours long, trying to discredit him. I was like, come on, dude, this is insane.
Here's the short he uploaded, now privated. The video got over 14 million engaged views, with shorts paying around 0.11 euros per 1,000 views. That's over 1,500 euros made from our work. He claims he creatively edited, and because I wasn't making money off of it, he had rights to use the clip. And I'm not going to play it just because of copyright reasons, and Dark Viper has a history with this, but it's just a clip like this where, you know, there's a play in the background, and there's this text on screen, and it's talking about the whole situation. If you want to watch it, it'll be linked in the description, the Twitter thread. Dark continues his thread. His creative editing was speeding up the clip and slapping his own commentary over it. Funnily enough, he's been very vocal for years about being against reaction content. Yet this, it's literally reaction content. The clip was also shared privately. We have no idea how he got it. Then he attaches a screenshot showing all of Dark Viper's videos about reaction content. After his tantrum, he must have realized how bad his message would make him look, so he deleted it / edited it to this. Then he blocked me and banned me from his Discord, so I would have no way of contacting him. I still tried to email him.
All of this over a guy who's just wanting credit too. That's what's kind of like it's nuts that like this guy was a fan, right? This guy was a fan of his and wanted to, allergies are killing me today, and just wanted credit, right? Because he had seen some Dark Viper do something that he himself thought Dark Viper was against.
And wish we could have moved past this. Then it shows the new message that just says, I have privated the shorts. I'm removing the monthly app and canceling the series. Never contact me again for any reason. And then
he canceled an entire series of videos that he's putting down there over this. Holy shit, dude. That's nuts.
He is unable to accept the invite from his Discord. The post continues. He removed the short from YouTube but left it up on TikTok, still uncredited. The thread continues. After removing the stolen shorts, he re-uploaded a new version using footage from one of his viewers. Even though this version uses someone else's gameplay, it's still the exact strat I created. Without my work, this video wouldn't exist. He's made around 264 euros from this new version. I want to make this This isn't about the money. It's about what's right and wrong. I spent time creating something original. A YouTuber took it, profited from it, dismissed me, and hoped no one would notice. I stayed respectful and he didn't. I'm done letting him get away with this. There's still probably a lot I forgot and missed, so I'm happy to answer and provide proofs to whatever questions you may have. It's really hard to fit everything in 280 characters per tweet. I have in the past helped him with other stuff, so he knows about me and my existence. Here's also Mesa comparing the speed to old version of this mission. He never asked for permission to feature this clip on his channel. And it's Dark Viper replying, this is the coolest strat I have ever seen. I don't want to touch it with a 10-foot pole. Thanks for sharing. And Mesa replies, ha, with a face. Willie Mac show coaches the thread by saying, this thread has me dying. Dark Viper is destined to always be involved in the most cringe drama, because the dude is a complete spurg. God bless Matto. Nicholas Doria replies, for anyone else, this would be a nothing burger, but for the guy who compares reactors to artists, this is actually hilarious. And Willie says, he stole and profited off of another man's discovery and tried to hide the credit to the original creator. And then he enacted the React R. Millionaire is stealing from the little guy. Shaking my head. Tipster quotes the thread by saying, so let me get this straight. The guy who is such a huge critic of people using his content regardless of whether it's fair use or not, and regularly copyright strikes people who upload a fair use complained uses of his content, is using someone else's content. Hypocrite much? Dark Viper himself then responds to this thread by saying, oh boy guys, prepare for a long story that I am typing at 3 a.m. after throwing all this information in this insanely delusional person's DMs whilst calling him a psycho.
Where's their weapons? Oh, no wonder. Jesus.
But I demand a formally written public apology from Dark Stunter.
A fully written public apology. Like, really? What are we in? Like, we're in college now. We have to. We're in high school, and I don't like what you said, so this is the way it's gonna be. That's so gay. Should have brought the ukulele.
And everyone who spams his bullshit in my replies. How many times I'm going to call him a psycho? He deserves it. 2 weeks ago, I received a psychotic Discord.
Where's my other weapon?
Jay, aka Dark Stunter. I had no idea who this person was, but it's the most passive-aggressive DM I have ever received. They were claiming I removed a credit I gave them from a stunt clip from a short I posted 3 years ago. This, of course, was untrue. I have a custom tool that changes the pinned comments of all of my videos at once to advertise things, in this case my merch store, all 2,400 of them. I naturally was not going to remember a pinned comment from 3 years ago on a random short. It is also the only clip on my entire channel that I didn't record myself, and therefore the only one credited to someone else. Thus, even thinking about credits was not something I would do. I have changed all my pinned comments a dozen times over the last few months with the tool made by my mod Canna. This stranger, however, accused me of targetedly removing the credits in some vendetta against them. It was both insane that they think I would go back 3 years to do this, and insane that they noticed and cared enough to DM me. They were farther entirely fine with my usage of the clip and were well aware of it for 3 years, until they wrongly believed that they were snubbed by me. I even have a vague memory that they left a positive comment when I posted it, but it is kind of hazy because it was 3 years ago. Contrary to their claims, I did not use their clip, at least not intentionally. I had no idea they made the clip. So how did I get it?
Do you see how long this is? Like, I can yap, right? I can get a little loud. I can get, a little too much, but this is insane amounts of just like, why? Why is there so much?
Might ask, 3 years ago on the GTA 5 speedrun Discord, someone, not Dark Stunter, posted a comparison video between two strats. This was a timed comparison between bike gliding and not gliding on the Paletto score setup. It was in 480p and literally involved overlapping rectangular copies of GTA 5 taking up only half the screen because the person's only goal was to show a comparison for timing purposes. This seemed to be a hastily made 6-minute chunk of footage, and it was unlisted on their channel. It had no association with any Dark Stunter. Why did I make the shorts? Shorts 3 years ago were nothing. They made no money and were fairly new. I was throwing together shorts for shits and giggles. As a lover of all things speedrunning, I thought, that is a cool thing I saw today on Discord that no one will ever see if I don't post it somewhere. And so I took a portion of the footage and spent a few hours making a very transformational shortened clip. I didn't know who Dark J was. I only learned they, and someone else, made the clips days after I posted it, so I changed the credit. I didn't know Baron used the clip until Dark J mentioned it now, or that they made the clip for Baron. I obviously do not watch Baron's content. Dark J himself, to my knowledge, didn't not post the original 6+ minutes of footage anywhere in the last 3 years. They had no goal to profit off of this clip. Therefore, I did not deprive them of attention or revenue. I farther had no goal of pretending I made the clip, which is evidenced by the fucking credit I put to Dark J 3 fucking years ago. Despite
Jesus Christ.
I have quite vocally argued for years that using clips of other people's content in a transformational way is okay.
You see, like, who's going to read all of this? Like, he does this every single time, too. Just paragraph after paragraph, page after page of just stuff for no reason at all. Like, he's blowing it way out of proportion.
Okay, even without credit, in fact, as I believe credit is more an act of kindness and respect than anything else, which is why I gave him credit in this case. Everything Dark J has said publicly about my stances is false. You can tell my usage was transformational because when he sent me the DM, I removed the original shorts. I then recorded the exact same stunt myself, now in much higher quality. I then uploaded it with the same subtitles, music, and narration I used 3 years ago. The clip got 6 million views in a week. My channel gets 50 million short views a month. Uploading at stage 90+ shorts a month. My channel has 2 billion views, and this is the only clip on my entire channel I didn't record myself. I clearly do not care about one short, so why did I post it? Again, because I thought it was cool and I like speedrunning. It was a 4080p windowed clip on a speedrun Discord I thought no one would ever see. It was not some fucking mastermind plot for $1,000 like Dark Stunter is claiming. I just
Maybe it was.
I'm not exactly starved for cash. Within his DM, Dark J not only falsely accuses me of stealing his clip, but he further suggests I snubbed him by 180ing on stunt content. He believes this is because I did not remember that he DM'd me 2 years prior to my posting of the clip, which is now 5 years ago, by the way.
Oh, man.
And I replied something to the effect of, I am not interested in stunting, but thanks for reaching out. I obviously still have no interest in stunting. I only posted the clip because it was a speedrun strat from a speedrunning Discord.
This is...
How his claim would sound out of the blue. I receive 100 DMs a day. A random stranger comes out of nowhere and says, why didn't you remember that I DM'd you 2 years prior to uploading that clip 3 years ago? The DM he sent me seemed to flip-flop.
Was that what he said, though? Hold on. I don't think that's what the guy said. I think he said he talked to him 3 or 4 years ago about wanting to do clips for him, not for that one clip that he stole, right?
To murder his family. I didn't know what to make of it, and I'm just tired with arguing with people. I wrote all this information to him, but thought, no, I best not engage. So I deleted it and changed my response to, I have privated the shorts, never contact me again for any reason, and I blocked this stranger as I block all the people who send me insane DMs each day. This is just something expected as part of the job. To quote Dark J from the DM, I really like you and your content. If he was sincere, I didn't want to say to him I didn't know him. I didn't want to tell him that I didn't remember his DM. I didn't want to tell him I didn't even know that he made the clip. I didn't want to tell him I don't care about the stunting. I thought I was being kind, and by just removing the clip because it was causing him concern. I now have this entire thread of false information from a random stranger that is being spammed added under all of my posts by psychos. All because I wanted to avoid drama and protect the feelings of a stranger. Leave me alone, you absolutely weirdos. I am going to bed. I expect to see that apology. Hell, an apology from the entire fucking GTA 5 stunting community when I wake up. Big E replies, just seems hypocritical considering your previous statements on copyrights and content theft. And Dark Viper says, ironically, it is quite literally perfectly to the letter in line with every statement I have ever made on both topics. Lexi replies, you're the one who needs to apologize. I couldn't help but giggle at some of the lies in your story. Dark literally posted proof and here you are saying the opposite. And Dark Viper replies, cool story. Dark can't post proof of stuff he knows nothing about. It is why he made this thread. He didn't know this information. He had to screen grab the notification of my edited message because all I did was remove the clip.
Jesus. He can't just stop, right? He can't just stop messaging. He's got to keep going.
Moved on, as should have he. Randroth says, I'm usually on your side, but I cannot agree with you on this. I read Dark Center's thread in the DM he sent you, and it is nothing but polite. If anyone comes off psychotic here, it's you. You could have just apologized to him for removing the credits to his footage by mistake. And Dark Viper replies, and I was entirely polite to him, despite that.
He needs to have the last message, else he will die. Yeah, definitely, definitely. With that, though, we're going to take a pause here because you guys can watch me absolutely get wrecked in this. With this. Who's my most intelligent guy? Who's oh, God, don't tell me it's Krax. It's fucking Krax. Oh, God, this is going to be something else. All right. Not assigned to researching. You're my only researcher, Krax. Oh, all right. We're gonna hack through this door and see where it gets us. Wonder if he could. What's faster? Got 7,500 health on that door. Okay, it's going to be this one. You stand here just in case anything comes out. You get here to shoot anything. There we go. That beeps with that EMP launcher. Okay. Go do your thing. Oh, God. All right, inside. You go here. Is this the same wall? Yeah, 7,500. So nothing in there. What are these? Mech pylons. What is a mech pylon? A node computation network. Okay, sure. All right, where are we going? Krax, you go ahead and move up. All right. Oh, no, that's, yeah. Come back this way. No, shoot. Oh, God. Not going well. Back up in here. Oh, nope. Okay. Krax! There we go. Get him with that stun. Oh no, here they come. Okay. You shoot. There. Already a guy down. Tend to him without medicine. Need you back up and running, buddy. These guys suck. I suck at this game. All right, rescue. This is not going well. Oh, you're back up. Equip that. Can you tend yourself? What's your medical at? 3. Good enough. Good enough for government work. Oh, God. This run's going to be rough. No. Oh, there we go. They're heading this way. Run, bud. And you forgot that out there. Okay, hold on. They're going. Oh, go rest. All right, Krax, I need you to do something. I need you to drop the gun you currently have and go get that EMP launcher. All according to the plan. That's right. This is going exactly how I expected it to. Nothing to see here. All right. All of my best guys died in that last fight. That first fight. Oof. Is he coming? What I need, let's get rid of you. Let's bring back, there it is, the machining bench. How is he doing? He's good. He's got 8 hours left to live. Okay. Okay. Well, then you're going to have to... Can you wake up? Nope. You're on the ground. Krax. Guess what you're doing, buddy? You are learning to doctor. Go save him. Okay, I guess we're going back to listening to about Dark Viper, because that didn't even come close to being good. Back at it.
Was insane. He deserves no politeness after all this false information he spread publicly. I deleted the clip the second he had an issue after 3 years of not having one, and he still complained. And CCFC replies, "Never contact me again. Please stop watching my content. That really doesn't seem polite." And Dark Viper AU says, "I deleted that specifically because it wasn't nice. It is why he had to screen grab it from the notification. I realized I was being mean and changed my message to be just a few words, saying I was removing the clip. I didn't change it after he saw it or something." And Sean Bills replies, "I deleted my tantrum after throwing it. I'm a nice guy," is a wild statement. Nicholas Diorio screenshots this interaction and captions it by saying, "I was polite." No, you weren't. This asshole screenshotted my original message." And then he continues his thread. "As soon as DV responded, the original poster got completely brigaded by insane freaks. Some of which, by the way, is an inevitability when you respond. It's just funny how his community is as/more annoying than your average drama channel." Dark Viper also follows the original thread by saying, "This is why creators my size close their DMs and talk to no one. This is why everyone has to walk around as if on eggshells. You have no idea when someone from even years ago is going to go psycho and invent bullshit in their heads and shove it on social media." He then makes a separate tweet saying, "Sorry for my 3 a.m. crash out, guys. For 5 days, I ignored a Dark's 16-part thread of entirely false or misleading information that he posted. Even though I gave him exactly what he suggested he wanted. Despite how crazy I considered his grievance, I took down my work and moved on. If you don't think it's psychotic for a guy to publicly post a 16-part thread of false or misleading information..."
16... If you don't think it's insane that someone made a 16-part thread, like, is there no self-awareness in that whole situation?
Because 3 years later, he changed his mind about a not deleted 20-second short that he didn't even make. I am sorry, we will never see eye to eye. 3 years of credit is more than enough for a speedrun strat. It is wild that in his thread he objected to anyone making footage of the strat without credit, presumably for the rest of time. It isn't even viable in runs. I've never heard of anyone acting even close to this way in speedrunning in my entire career. His followers spent 5 days spamming his thread under every post I made with the obscene stuff attached attached. While I previously believed I could ignore this spam, often from people just trying to rage bait me, in my tired state I couldn't help but respond, and I responded poorly. Even if I am in the right, there was no reason for theatrics. Trust me, I was even more over the top in DMs, if you can believe. I was just tired and angry. I am sorry for those that justifiably feel let down by my getting baited by the insincere looking for drama. Atana called my post unhinged, and she is right. I'm well aware that given Dark's stated motivation for his DM was my public discussion of my shorts revenue, and that he has brought up revenue half a dozen times. I should have just paid him off, as this was obviously his real interest. This is obvious despite his claims otherwise. His real interest is most shown by what has inspired his DM and is not being appeased by the clip's removal. I simply don't like to be shook down for money. The smart business move is always to just pay people off rather than risk drama, even if the claims are unfounded. It is just an aspect of business.
That's nuts. That's just... I mean, it's still kind of like trying to twist it into this idea. Even though he said he doesn't want money, that's his real goal. That's why I'm mad at him, you know, not for anything else. Oh, man.
All I can recall not showing false or misleading about that thread was the clip still being on TikTok. As I don't post clips to TikTok myself, and I'm unable to make money from TikTok due to being in Australia, it didn't even enter my mind. I'm a busy guy and I get strange DMs every day.
Oh, he's gonna eat all our food.
On TikTok until he could use it for drama, and he mentioned it despite knowing the clip made zero money from there. He knew this because it was explained in the very video that inspired his DM. He of course didn't mention this information, as it made it easier to mislead people, as was the goal of every part of the thread. Hell, the clip may be on Instagram too. Same story. I don't make money from their platform, and someone else handles the reposting of my shorts there. I will have someone on my team find my work there and replace them with a new and improved clip. I'm doing this as this was my work, not his. And removing this content obviously will not appease Dark, as the clip has nothing to do with what he actually wanted. If he sincerely cared, he'd have complained 3 years ago rather than the nanosecond he thought there was good money to be had. I will speak no more on this matter. I'm frankly embarrassed.
It's so easy. It's such like the go-to for anyone who has somebody that, you know, is a detractor from them, to just call them a clout chaser, right? You see it all over the place. If there's nothing to go against anyone's actual arguments, you're in it for money and clout. It's just kind of like a bitch's way out
by this whole affair. I expect this fiasco is going to inspire more attempted shakedowns, and I really need to just close my DMs. And he continues his thread. Okay, one more just to show Dark was really trying to get money out of me, and not only have I publicly stated support of transformational clips, but I've done nothing to channels that use clips of mine in such a way. Showing a tweet he made 13 hours ago where he said, "Shout out to the channels that transform my clips, as it is something I've always supported, especially Mastermind, who actually took Baron's footage of the bike collide, but didn't credit Dark Stunter at all. Dark of course doesn't care because Mastermind has no money." Tananza replies, "Can you stop writing fucking essays every time you want to say something? Jesus fuck. Learn to be concise and say things in a reasonable way and not 5 paragraphs."
Call them out, man. You just can't say it. You've got to yap. And you know, I'm kind of a yapper. I'll write a little bit too much what I think, but dude, this guy goes like overboard.
Replies, "I think your reaction was justified. A lot of people, namely myself, follow you for how you express yourself, including emotionally. I'm so glad to have been able to read both posts. You're a smart and caring person." Nicholas Yorio screenshots this tweet by saying, "Dark Viper's girlfriend called him unhinged." And Tim says, "Everything I learned about this freak has been against my will." Shout out to our tier 3 members, internet representatives Kiko South and Coldest Bandito. Thank you guys so much for this.
All right, an old fun little drama coming up. All right, we're going to get into the next one here. Just another little taster before we get into the VTuber craziness that I'm learning about, that people in my Discord have talked me into. So with this one, it's TikTok's creepiest dad proposed to his daughter. I have a fascination with learning about these kind of characters and these weirdos. It's like, it's so crazy. So, and TikTok seems to be breeding some of the worst. Like, I thought YouTube was bad, but like TikTok is just going nuts.
I am actually going to make it look like a marriage proposal. Now, don't get the wrong idea, it's not a marriage proposal. I'm very grateful that she has remained pure to this point.
It doesn't matter if Joe Schmo from Idaho wants to say I'm creepy. It doesn't matter if people want to tell me that I can't do it. You want to know what? That just makes me want to do it more.
What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to Grim. Today we're going to be reacting to a guy who, despite what you might think, is not doing his best impression of Lester from GTA 5. No, he just looks that way. But instead, this is somebody that I genuinely think needs to be investigated, as his content with his daughter and the rest of his family is extremely unnerving. So I'm going to let you know ahead of time that we're going to be diving into some seriously strange topics here, okay? You might not want to hear, but if you're curious like me and can withstand the cringe, make sure you watch until the very end of this one, because this is just absolutely insane. Before we get into it, drop a like if you enjoy my videos, helps out a ton, and subscribe if you haven't already. So the channel we're talking about today is called Dad and Daughter Dream Team. They have multiple handles they've had to go through because obviously there's hate campaigns against this family at this point on multiple platforms, whether it's YouTube or TikTok. All of these videos I'm going to be showing to you today are taken from TikTok, and I'm going to give you fair warning that these have all been re-uploaded and bastardized by whatever other account is posting them. So I'm sorry for how much visual clutter is on some of these clips, but this is the only way I can find these now deleted clips. Let's just start things off with a bang, where this guy straight up proposes to his daughter with a purity ring, just to kind of set the tone of why so many people are really put off and honestly quite disturbed by this whole.
Yeah, I'll say that's a little weird. Like I guess I kind of understand the purity ring thing to a point. I don't think that I need to do that with my kids. I think you can just talk to them and understand that kids are going to be kids. So we'll see how weird this gets.
Whole family dynamic.
Okay, guys, we got something special for you, so please don't go anywhere. Stop scrolling, alright? So, I am about to give Sarah a purity ring, but I'm going to do it in a very special way. I am actually going to make it look like a marriage proposal. Now, don't get the wrong idea, it's not a marriage proposal, okay? This is just... I'm very grateful that she has remained pure to this point and is continuing to remain pure, and I want to give this to her as a sign that I'm proud of her. There it is. She's gonna love it.
Okay.
Okay, so let's go get started.
The problem with this is the way it's being done. Like, it's super weird. Like, I don't even know that in the past when I was growing up that there were people like parents giving their kids purity rings. I thought that was always something like a girl wore, like, you know, months before she became an absolute slut. It's just, I don't know. It from a father's standpoint with two daughters, it's nothing that I would ever do.
Okay. And these kids are not pure. They're not pure.
Sad but true.
Well, I want to thank you for
What did she just say? Hold on.
Oh.
Okay. And these kids, you're 20 years old.
She's 20? What the fuck?
Okay. And these kids are not pure. They're not pure.
Sad but true.
Well, I want to thank you for being pure. Okay? And I want to give you something.
What?
I want to give you something.
Okay.
Okay? So,
Yeah.
This whole thing goes back to the problem I've talked about over and over and over again. People posting their life on TikTok, Facebook, social media, you know, publicly. It's so unnerving to me, especially when you start to learn about some of the ones where it absolutely went wrong. Like the chick who ended up tying up all of her kids and almost and falling for basically a cult leader. There's just so many instances of it that, like, I wish this kind of content could get shut down because of the harm that's happened to a lot of kids in these situations.
What are you doing?
Impressive, because that was about as bad as it gets. Well, actually, no, it gets worse. I can't even say that. But this is kind of what put them on the map recently. Now, I'm pretty sure there have been, you know, snark communities and kind of gossip going around about this family for a couple years now. But at least on my For You page, this is about when it started to really catch on. And I really don't even need to commentate about how inappropriate and weird this is. Now, you can celebrate your daughter living the lifestyle that you want her to live, I guess, but you got to remind yourself too, this daughter here is 20 years old, still living with them in this converted motel room, which he says is apartments. We'll get into that. But how f***ing strange is it for this guy to be so obsessed with his daughter's purity to the fact that he gets down on one knee, buys her some crappy ring from a vending machine, and proposes to her, begging her to save herself until she's married, which it sounds like, at least in his mind, he'd rather that not ever happen. He seems to be obsessed with this whole purity angle, and that just really creeps me and the rest of the internet out like none other. Now, as for the rest of their content, when they're not in this motel room, they're filming what they call skits, but we just call them lip sync videos in the park. They seem to be in the
So
park.
just like every other TikToker.
I've been filming these, and I need to ask you a question. If you snuck up behind these people at night and saw them sitting on this ledge like this, would you assume this is a couple? I know I for sure would. Like, he's acting like we're crazy, and he
I mean, let's keep watching.
comments towards the audience saying, you guys are making something out of, thin air. This isn't real. We're not weird like that. But no, this video is inherently weird. Why are you holding hands like that and swaying to this romantic song? That's the other thing I can't play because of copyright. But almost every song that this duo lip syncs to is a romantic song. And this guy's not beating the allegations when he looks like he swallowed an absolute barrel in his stomach, and again looks exactly like Lester from GTA 5, bro. You're not beating the creep allegations based off of looks alone. So then when you also act creepy, what the hell are we supposed to believe? And don't worry, this whole video is not going to be without audio. I just have to show off this build because how the f do you achieve this, bro? Here he is dancing to, I believe, Hannah Montana. Maybe, honestly, I'm so tapped out of kids movies nowadays. Maybe this was High School Musical. It's the "This Is Real, This Is Me." That's right, you got free singing in this one. You're welcome. Drop a like for that. But they're singing this duet of what is supposed to be a love song, and she's like, when it pans over to her, I lost my sh. I thought for once this guy was going to be singing to his wife, which, trust me, we're going to get into that, okay? He's, of course, married to the woman who gave him this daughter, but he tends to ignore her. In fact, both of them ignore her. It's quite sad to see, and just seeing them do these romantic ballads together makes me so uncomfortable. But now let's watch a quick clip of him talking about his new channel he made, because apparently the hate got so bad over time that he had to completely separate himself for just a brief moment from this dad and daughter dream team, type content that he was doing.
We called ourselves the Dad and Daughter Dream Team, and yeah, we kind of are. But the internet wasn't ready for such a wonderful, awesome father-daughter.
Okay, listen. Daughters and dads. There's always a special connection you have with your daughters as a dad. They usually have you wrapped around the finger. They're your little girls. Stuff like that. The relationships between fathers and sons and fathers and daughters are completely different. This though is just beyond that. Like, why do you sing love songs to each other? And why does your wife okay with this? Like, does nothing ever click to be like, hey, this may be a little too over the top, a little too weird.
Our team, so they tried to push us out with hate and false accusations of an inappropriate relationship.
I can't believe the internet combined and, use their observational skills based off of videos that you posted to come to the conclusion that you were being creepy with your daughter. How dare we use our eyes, ears, and, common sense? But I digress. Let's keep going.
So what should y'all expect here on this brand new channel? Well, just exactly what it sounds like. We're going to be cooking. I'm going to be giving you tips and tricks from, how to cook.
So that's right, he's making a cooking channel, but he then goes on to say, look, it might not be that easy to make meals because we don't have that much money, and our apartment is kind of weird. It's like a converted hotel, which, as you saw in that first clip of him proposing, they look like they're just living in a motel room at this point, that they have fully furnished themselves and plan to squat in forever. That's the only other explanation of why the They're in the park all day in and day out. In fact, they're there at night filming stuff all the time. And I'm not bashing that. I just think it's crazy that he's trying to cover it up and say, yeah, we live in a converted hotel. Like, no, that's not the case. But now I'm going to give you a big warning. This
War cooking dad when? Probably never. Oh, man. I'm an okay cook at best. I want to get good at smoking. I just don't have a smoker. It's like trying to find every angle to get famous with your daughter in this, like, what seems like incestuous, even though we're talking about purity. It's just like, ugh.
next video is going to be very hard to watch for multiple reasons. This one, to me, is even more egregious than the fucking proposal video I just showed you, which I can't believe that, you know, a dad proposing to his daughter is somehow more tame than the clip I'm about to show you guys, but you'll see why. Anyways, this is some sort of game that he devised where he's trying to quiz her about her knowledge of her dad, or daddy as he likes to call himself, because of course he does. And if she gets it wrong, he dunks her head into water.
What year was I born?
1981?
Now, I want to, you know, bring out my cinematography brain here and, you know, kind of evaluate the mise en scene here, you know.
Round two. Hold on. Round two. Let's we're going in the other way. And in fact, we might be running. It takes forever to break down that wall. Come on. Popper. Let's go. Come on. How's he doing health-wise? Oh, there we go. Get him. Get it. Be a better shot, Nicholas. There we go. Back out. One down. Get him, Nicholas. Really? Are you? Come on. Oh, how's he doing? Few bruises. Nicholas is dead. All right. Next. Let's see what's in here. Was this even worth it? Open it up. Oh. A healer mech serum? Hold on. Is this will... The one dose use, the Mechanites turn to health conditions. The Mechanites will target and heal the worst healing conditions affecting someone at any given time. Works even on health conditions that would otherwise be incurable. The Mechanites can even transmute themselves into organic matter, forming new limbs or organs as needed. Okay. Use that. You'll get your arm back, but not what we needed. Fuck me. 2 down, or 1 down, 2 to go. Oh, God. Okay, back it up. No, back it up, stupid. There we go. Oh, that's it. We're rescue him and get out of there. This run's done, bud. Oh no, the ship. They're heading towards the ship. It might save us. Does fire actually? Yeah, fire does melt those guys. All right. that even dead? Oh, it's dead. One's dead. Jesus. So, that happened. What's in here? Is there any other mechs? What are these? Ancient mech vats. All right. While we try and fix Krax again. Health. Let's keep listening. This is not going well.
Paint a picture. So, of course, this guy is no Christopher Nolan, but of course, he made the choices of how to film and angle this shot. And you tell me why you think this is weird. In fact, don't tell me. I think you're going to be able to draw what conclusions he was trying to infer with the angles here almost immediately.
Good. Sorry, it's just getting warmed up here. How old was I when you were born?
What the actual fuck was that, dude? Just getting warmed up here and he pushes her like that back and forth.
Yeah.
Again, I'm sorry for anybody who's really having a tough time watching this.
I mean, maybe, sure. I feel like that's like looking into it a little bit too hard. Oh, he's not even healed. Get over here before he dies. Like, I feel like that's looking at it a little bit too hard just because come on, bud. I think you're trying to find something like the rest of the group is completely, the rest of the stuff is completely weird. So I guess you could insinuate it, but I don't think, I don't think that this is what I don't think this is what he's insinuating, right?
Of course, she's facing away from him, but still, he knows what he's doing here. Or if he doesn't, it's subconsciously what he wants to, see. What the do you mean getting warmed up here? It's like he's reveling in the excitement of having her in this position.
21?
I turned 21 a month later. Yeah, I was 20, dear.
Damn!
Was I born?
And no, he gets closer to her, like looming over her, almost in a threatening manner. Also,
the video is weird, but it's not as weird as the video before that where he is proposing to her. Like, it's some weird dunk challenge. Oh, please kill that. Kill it. But this isn't like you're just trying to find something in nothing, right? Come on. Don't destroy it yet. Boop. Oh, you're terrible at shooting. Oh no, go inside. Close the doors. Okay. Woo!
So he's playing with her hair the whole time while holding her here over the tub of water. You guys see that I was not lying about this being worse than the proposal video somehow. How this didn't instantly become an investigation, I will never know. So yeah, I'm sorry. That's enough of that. Like, for real, that is absolutely abhorrent. That is his content at this point. But let's keep going because that video sparked so much backlash that there's a clip I found of him kind of responding to the hate that generated. He almost sounds angry and aggravated that the internet has drawn these conclusions, which of course, if they were false accusations, that's frustrating. But you have to then reflect upon your content itself and say, okay, how am I phrasing or doing things on camera that leads people to believe this? Because if it was one or two psycho people out there making these accusations that were completely baseless, that would be one thing. But no, the internet together watches your content and all come to the same conclusion almost instantly. It's in the body language, it's in the way that you say things, it's in the way that you frame things in the shot. You're a creepy motherfucker and you gotta face that, dude.
Is he still not really?
Joe Schmo
Hold on.
wants to say I'm creepy. It doesn't matter. People want to tell me that I can't do it. You want to know what? That just makes me want to do it more. You need to remember that no matter what people say about you, the only thing that matters is what you believe.
But it really grosses me out how he's like, when someone tells you you can't do something, it makes you want to do it more. Like, what does that mean? And the hate got so bad that now we're about to meet the mom finally, who I don't know how to phrase this other than
I'm sorry. I feel like I've completely 180'd on this. Like, this guy's just searching, or these people are just searching for something in this clearly weird guy. Like, it's not, it doesn't look as bad as any of the situations I've seen online. Like, yes, it's weird content, but so far I've seen nothing but him being a overly an overly nice parent, an overly weirdly nice parent. So like, so far this is just kind of a nothing burger.
really don't think all the tools are in the shed. Okay, you might be missing a bandsaw here, a hammer there. Okay, if you catch my drift. But this is her response to all the hate that her husband is generating with this content that she films of her daughter and him. That's the other thing you have to think about that's so creepy. She's behind the camera filming all this weird.
Hi everyone. I asked Sarah if I could use her channel to make this video. I've stayed quiet for a while now. I've watched the internet attack my daughter and my husband, and it's really pissing me off, but I stay quiet. I am done staying quiet. What the hell is wrong with you people? My husband is the sweetest and kindest man. He would never hurt a fly, let alone his family. Come on, guys. If you ever met him...
Yeah, these just sound like people who are like lolcows, but they're just weird. There's nothing else with it. Like, they're just weird people.
You would think so too. Now, because I choose not to be on camera, everybody thinks I'm forced not to be on camera. Nobody forces me to do anything. I don't like to be on camera a lot. So I'd rather stay in the background. I had to write a script to get this out so it doesn't seem so jumbled. And it doesn't help that I'm downright pissed off.
At least she admitted to it being a script, because halfway through I was going to pause and say, okay, you know this is a script. But yeah, she fully admits to it. She says that she wrote it, though, and me and the rest of the internet highly doubt that. This has to be the daughter or the father writing this script for her, because she just would not frame it this way. She almost talks like the daughter does when responding to haters. And it's so sad. Just even in the non-creepy videos, I mean, all of them are inherently pretty creepy, but the non, just dad and daughter dream team videos, like where they show the whole family, the mom is shunned almost like some annoying kid that they don't want to be there.
You know, we're not supposed to be touching anymore.
Excuse me, what? You're not supposed to be touching anymore? Who said that? Like, apparently he made an oath to her that he was not going to be, caressing her shoulders on video or something like that. But yeah, regardless, this user.
You see how that's kind of like out, like, what's the rest of the context, I guess, to that? Like, was it that serious? Was it a little joke? What's, I don't know. This just seems like nothing other than these people being really weird.
Posted a bunch of freeze frames of them hanging out, and you're telling me this isn't the weird couple hanging out under the stairs wearing wolf tails at your high school? Because it straight up is. But then you have to remind yourself what their actual relationship is. Then the mom comes into frame and, well, watch this.
Really?
What?
Really?
Yeah, really.
It's too hot for this.
Oh, that was the daughter.
Bye.
Seriously, get your grubby mitts off me. It's way too hot to show affection right now. Leave me and my daughter alone. Like, she just gets fully shunned, and I shouldn't be laughing because still this is such a fucked up situation. But I find that so mind-blowing how open and brazen they are, and the woman just seems to take it.
Okay, so we just had some lunch that consisted of some very delicious pulled pork nachos.
Yeah, pulled pork nachos. I had a hot dog.
Yep, some popcorn.
Pineapple sherbet ice cream.
It was delicious. And now we are, Mom still got hers. And now we are headed.
Yeah, Mom still got her cone. Okay, out of the frame, Mom. It's me and Dad's show. What are you doing? Like, they seem so perturbed by her whole existence. But maybe I'm wrong, because these two have been married for 22 some years, so that's pretty impressive. Let's hear his marriage advice that he has for us as he vehemently, hopefully I pronounced that correctly, avoids eye contact with his own wife. He can't even look her in the eyes. He's so disgusted by her.
Hello everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Marriage Advice. And today we're going to be talking about how to keep the romance alive in a long-term relationship, telling your spouse that you love them, and communicating that just helps to let them know that you love them and you care about them, and that's always a good thing. Just always remember that you love each other and just really focus on being together.
Yeah, you just basically have to lie to yourself every day and convince yourself that you love this fat slob that you have your arm around right now and that you actually care about them now that they helped you achieve your goal of giving you a daughter that you could make a YouTube.
Yeah, maybe. But there's a lot of adding in context to this.
Channel with, and you do want to low-key divorce her, but you can't because it'll tear the family apart. So you have to act like you love them. That's basically all you have to do. And as I'm talking about this, I'm just going to show this montage this person made of him singing to his wife. The startling difference between him and his daughter. Also, what the hell is this clip where she's wearing a red nightie and changes into it mid-dance as he embraces her? This whole thing has been making me so uncomfortable, y'all. Like, I say I have to shower after these videos quite often, but this one's gonna be a deep, like, decompression scrub, bro. I don't know if I'll ever be able to get this filth off of me. And just seeing this montage shows how many clips there are of them dancing romantically to often love songs. And now you can, of course, have love for your family, but that is a different type of love that should be sung and celebrated, you know, in a way different tone than it is right here. Again, sorry I can't show all the audio because copyright. But you know what's hopefully not copyrighted? The music of this dad right here. He made her a song. Isn't that crazy? Patrick, the musician, the talented musician, debuts his song to her under the canopy of this public park that they seem to be hanging out at 24/7.
No matter what I do, you'll always be a part of me and me. I want to give you everything in this entire world. Just because I love you, my sweet baby girl.
I can't handle much more of this. Anyways.
Yes, it's weird. I agree with you, but like crazy, I guess over the top. I don't think so. It's just really, really weird. You haven't shown me, yes, the love songs, but they don't seem like they're all that intelligent either. Right? I don't know that they're getting, like, I would need to hear the songs that I guess they're doing it to. I don't know.
I'm gonna hit you with one more bombshell. There was a lot of comments saying, oh, look up Patrick's brothers, they're arrested for you know, they're on the registry and everything. And I was like, oh damn, I kind of want to include that, but I couldn't find any concrete proof myself until I found this video of him directly addressing the fact that he has multiple brothers who are on the registry. And let's see how he reacts to that.
Perfect example, they brought up my brother's convictions. Yes, my brothers were convicted as offenders.
Jesus.
Not mine. Okay, yes, I still talk to my brothers. They're my brothers. Hello.
That's right. He not only acknowledges it, but he keeps them in his life and possibly around his kids. And I just got to think the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. You know what I mean? Like, but you guys make your own conclusions here. I'm not making any definitive proof. I'm just piecing together what I find to be some pretty compelling evidence. And I'll let you guys, you know, decide what you think. Let me know what you thought of this down in the comments below. I seriously am itchy at this point. I just got to step away from this mic and, like, I might take a second to edit this because holy shit, that just soul destroying to watch this stuff. Drop a like if you haven't already.
I mean, this was pretty tame compared to a lot of things you see on the internet. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of little connections you can go in there and say, you know, he may be an incestuous pedophile, but like, there's nothing more than that. I don't know. It just seems like it's missing the beat for it. Yeah, it's quite odd in general, but it's not. I don't know. It's creepy. It's odd, but it's not flat out like unhinged behavior, right? I'll say I was wrong if something comes out, but it doesn't seem like that guy gave us a lot of information with it. So next, I guess now we're going to get into the VTuber dramas, because I've been learning about the VTubing world and everything that's kind of going on with it. So I've watched a couple of these videos from Rima Everstar that people have sent me. Is she like just a commentary, I guess a commentary VTuber? because it seems like that's what a lot of her videos are. But this one, we're going to look about the ultimate betrayal of Yuria Rushia. I don't think I've seen this. I think this is different than the other one I saw. But we'll see.
Uruharushia is a name that will forever hold sway in the VTuber community, for probably all of the wrong reasons. At her peak, Rushia shattered records as the highest super chat earner, not only among VTubers.
Oh, I think this one we have seen. This one we have seen.
For her charming Menhera, who was sleeping even though place beautifully broke her silence. Rumors about Neko was.
Oh, maybe this wasn't. No, okay, maybe not.
こういう子は適当に無視して、で夜になったらエッチなことすればいいんだよ。
Rushia is also really hot, so I'm not stopping her. Over the span of 4 years, the illustrious name of Uruharushia gradually became synonymous with controversy, painting a complex
Oh god, okay.
infamy intertwined. But you know what they say, the higher you climb, the harder you
started adding a Discord reaction to the videos you've seen. I appreciate it. This old man, my memory is not what it used to be. I won't even tell you stories of some of the things that have happened. But anyway, I appreciate it, Kimoji. You keep me going.
Fall. But do you know what would really soften the fall? More waifus. You've been transported to Isekai and turned into a walking mushroom. But fear not, as turning into an adorable fungus won't stop you from managing a small town and engaging with all kind of cute waifus. In Isekai Slow Life, you can choose waifus that you can romance. For instance, if you have a sweet tooth, meet Kagura. If you prefer something a bit more yabai, there's Beta, the vampire.
Oh, Jesus.
Quite faint, nurse. Could you check my temperature? Need an extra pair of hands for paperwork? Nusa is an octo teacher from the sea who can...
Octo teacher. Because you can't have Japanese games without tentacles.
Customize your village and open stores to impress your waifus. You can own restaurants, potion shops, workshops, hot springs, etc. The sky's the limit. Choose a quiet life or become the Jeff Bezos of Isekai. You can play the game the way you want to. Enjoy various in-game activities.
Did I just get shot at? Hold on. Oh, come on, open it up.
Match 3, Fluffy Rank World Puzzle, World Tree Cup for team explorations, guild battles, and make sure to download the game for free using the link in my description below and use the code MUSHROOM to get 10 free wishes.
Okay.
And now, back to the video. It all began on January 26, 2024, when the lifestyle and celebrity magazine Jose 7, which primarily targets a female audience, published an expose on the Utate singer Mafu Mafu. In the article, it was claimed that Mafu Mafu was secretly married and is now divorced and is filing a lawsuit against the woman he was married to, causing a huge scandal within his highly parasocial fan base. Mafu Mafu had always maintained that he was asexual, whether this was a convenient way to dispel rumors so his fan base could more easily imagine themselves with him, or if he's...
I don't under the whole... I don't... Maybe because I'm old, I don't understand the whole asexual shit. It just seems like a way to it seems like and I'm sure there are people who actually are, I'm not saying that, but it seems like a way to say, like, I have a boyfriend without having to say I have a boyfriend when you don't. Sorry, I can't date you, I'm asexual.
He simply hadn't met anyone who sparked his interest so far remains unclear. However, this revelation played a significant role in the shock and sense of betrayal his audience felt. Mafu Mafu is an utaite singer, which means he is a kind of Japanese singer that only covers songs. This is a distinctive genre in the Japanese entertainment industry, and utaites can achieve popularities comparable to mainstream singers, particularly within the online and niche music communities, which is also where VTubers hang out, and that's how these two scenes intricately intertwine within each other. A notable aspect of utaite culture is that they appeal primarily to women, relying heavily on the formation of parasocial relationships within their fan base. And let me guarantee you, there's plenty of those in this particular scenario.
I mean, by the sound of most of these VTubers, it seems that parasocial relationships is the norm. I understand. It's only lewd stuff or anything. That's not true. I'm so sorry. They're probably not. Sorry. This is a lie. I have no idea about that.
So obviously, to address the cries of despair from thousands of screeching and crying, broken-hearted girls, Mafu Mafu had to come out and make a statement in response ASAP. But what we discovered in that statement was beyond anyone could have imagined. Seriously, I'm still shook about it to this day. He admitted to have been married and apologized to his fan base for deceiving them. He explains
it's the same in the idol industry. Yeah, and I think that's where it all sparked off. And this is... So far, I've watched like 2 of these, right? These ones. Well, this one being the second one. And it's kind of that same thing. The crowd blew up at them because they found out they had, a relationship or something like that. It's not a good fan base to build up because the moment something comes out, it's like instant attack.
Began their relationship in the summer of 2021, registered their marriage at the end of December of the same year, and ended up divorcing in July 2022. Telling the truth, I might cause trouble to many people. People might never listen to my music again. I'll be hated by everyone, be told we never want to see you again, and I might never be able to perform as Mafu Mafu again. Even so, I don't want to lie anymore. He goes on to talk about how he met this person named Asan, and that they conveyed that they liked him even with all his flaws and faults, and he immediately fell in love with her, and they married shortly after. He considered announcing his marriage many times, but since HN was an internet personality back then, and her associates wished for them not to announce this publicly, he never did. What followed during his marriage with HN was a cycle of verbal abuse and controlling behavior. He claims Asan would belittle and insult him very often. He had to monitor his activities with her 24/7 and needed to reply to her messages instantly, or else she would freak out. However, due to his inexperience in relationships, he thought maybe this was normal. He purchased a new home for them to try to mend their relationship, which felt like it was quickly falling apart. But because of the strained state their relationship had reached at that point, he never even moved into that house as she didn't want to see him. Instead, he rented an apartment to live in. He alleges that a few days later, after he started talking about divorce, Asan would start posting cryptic messages about him with negative connotations on social media. These messages prompted criticism from third parties against him. Through his lawyer, he requested that she stop making such statements, but the situation didn't improve, to the point where he couldn't...
I'm gonna have to arrest you.
...filed for divorce at the end of May 2022. During the divorce proceeding...
Tale as old as time. I wonder if it had something to do, with like his lifestyle, especially with it coming out that he had a girlfriend, or what could have discussing due to her poor health. And once again, I don't know. Not a lot of fun.
It was revealed that Asan was having an affair. For this reason, Mafu did not end up having to pay alimony, and so they settled without any kind of compensation. Mafu recounts how he came home after the divorce, the home he had not been allowed to inhabit yet, only to find it littered with cardboard boxes and trash to the point where there was nowhere left to stand. The urn of Asan's deceased pet also lied in the trash. He claims to have discovered Asan's betrayal after a conversation with a man we will refer to as Bisan here. The screenshots showed invitations for dates and exchanging gifts on Valentine's Days.
Hold on, what was that?
He discovered that on yet, only to find it littered with cardboard boxes and trash to the point where there was nowhere left to stand. The urn of Asan's deceased pet also lied in the trash. He claims to have discovered Asan's betrayal after a conversation with a man we will refer to as B-san here. The screenshots showed invitations for dates and exchanging gifts on Valentine's Days. More shockingly, he discovered that on Christmas Day, the day they registered for their marriage, she had flaked on him to go meet that man. B-san reached has apologized profusely since then. Mafu claims he is now on good terms with B-san. In another harrowing accusation, he claims that HN harassed him online through anonymous forum boards. She even purchased a paid membership to go as far as trying to tarnish his name by spreading false rumors that he was domestically violent and that he was a cheater. He discovered she was behind those posts after he filed a disclosure request against the anonymous forums through his lawyer. He then also claimed she tried to defame him through many hurtful comments, but one of the most horrifying one was that he killed Asan's cat by slamming the door on it. Currently, he is suing Asan for defamation, and he ends his statement by saying, "At the end, this might be really childish of me, but I really hope that with this statement published, I hope that it diminishes the hateful content about me." Now, as soon as this news came out, people were quick to put two and two together and discovered that Asan was the VTuber Uruha Rushia caught in a controversy with Mafu just 2 years ago. The first
okay, so this is where it comes.
Industry as a whole. When Uruha Rushia received a Discord message from Mafu saying, "Coming home, Michan," while she was streaming, this caused an uproar among both the celebrities' fan base, as both of them heavily relied on the BFE and GFE experience. This event literally sent fans into a frenzy, claiming her and Mafu were an item. Heartbroken parasocial fans trashed their Uruha Rushia merch, and internet detectives connected household items from both Mafu's and Rushia's pictures they had posted on social media as being eerily similar, claiming they were in fact living together. At the time, we all brushed these allegations away as schizo shitposting and as definitely untrue. Rushia panicked and, having no manager available at the time, went running to a popular drama tuber by the name of Kore to give her side of the story and denied the allegations as to calm down her fans. This culminated into her leaking information to a third party that would end up getting her fired from Hololive at her very peak. Whether that third party would be Kore or someone else, we still don't know to this day. After this incident, Uruha Rushia reincarnated a lot of times as different personas. First as secondly as Mikeneko, who is not signed to a voice acting agency, and thirdly as this random brown-haired Rushia Uruha that people have dubbed Kani Rushia for some reason.
So is that just because this happened with the last one too that we were watching, is it just, if it's not going well, go to another personality, even though people are going to figure out it's you to begin with anyway? Oh man. I gotta go back and listen through this because some of this I kind of missed.
He thought maybe this was normal. He purchased a new home for them to try to mend their relationship.
Okay. We're going to listen to this again.
Admitted to have been married and apologized to his fan base for deceiving them. He explains they began their relationship in the summer of 2021, registered their marriage at the end of December of the same year, and ended up divorcing in July 2022. By telling the truth, I might cause trouble to many people. People might never listen to my music again. I'll be hated by everyone, be told we never want to see you again, and I might never...
She's a special case because where she goes, trouble follows. Okay. Is she still around?
Never be able to perform as Mafu again. Even so, I don't want to lie anymore. He goes on to talk about how he met this person named Asan, and that they conveyed that they liked him even with all his flaws and faults. And he immediately fell in love with her, and they married shortly.
Yeah, she's Micah Nico now. Okay.
after. He considered announcing his marriage many times, but since HN was an internet personality back then and her associates wished for them not to announce this publicly, he never did. What followed during his marriage with HN was a cycle of verbal abuse and controlling behavior. He claims HN would belittle and insult him very often. He had to monitor his activities with her 24/7 and needed to reply to her messages instantly, or else she would freak out. However, due to his inexperience in relationships, he thought maybe this was normal. He purchased a new home for them to try to mend their relationship, which felt like it was quickly falling apart. But because of the strained state their relationship had reached at that point, he never even moved into that house as she didn't want to see him. Instead, he rented an apartment to live in. He alleges that a few days later, after he started talking about divorce, Asan would start posting cryptic messages about him with negative connotations on social media. These messages prompted criticism from third parties against him. Through his lawyer, he requested she stop making such statements, but the situation didn't improve, to the point where he couldn't take it anymore and filed for...
Her latest incident is her doing a collab with a cafe and it having to be canceled because people kept sending threats. Oh, God. So basically, she's just kind of chased after constantly. Is she like locale status? I guess we'll learn more in here.
For divorce at the end of May 2022. During the divorce proceeding, it was revealed that Asan was having an affair. For this reason, Mafu did not end up having to pay alimony, and so they settled without any kind of compensation. Mafu recounts how he came home after the divorce, the home he had not been allowed to inhabit yet, only to find it littered with cardboard boxes and trash to the point where there was nowhere left to stand.
God, that's...
Asan's pet also lied in the trash. He claims to have discovered Asan's betrayal after a conversation with a man we will refer to as Bison here. The screenshots showed invitations for dates and exchanging gifts on Valentine's Days. More shockingly, he discovered that on Christmas Day, the day they registered for their marriage, she had flaked on him to go meet that man. Bison reached out to Mafu out of guilt and has apologized profusely since then. Mafu claims he is now on good terms with Bison. In another harrowing accusation, he claims that HN harassed him online through anonymous forum boards. She even purchased a paid membership to go as far as trying to tarnish his name by spreading false rumors that he was domestically violent and that he was a cheater. He discovered she was behind those posts after he filed a disclosure request against the anonymous forums through his lawyer. He then also claimed she tried to defame him through many hurtful comments, but one of the most horrifying one was that he killed Asan.
She's definitely a lolcow after everything she's claimed, but she has calmed down lately. Okay.
Cat by slamming the door on it. Currently, he is suing Asan for defamation, and he ends his statement by saying, "At the end, this might be really childish of me, but I really hope that with this statement published, I hope that it diminishes the hateful content about me." Now, as soon as this news came out, people were quick to put two and two together and discovered that Asan was the VTuber Uru Harushia caught in a controversy with Mafu just 2 years ago. The first scandal shook the VTuber industry as a whole. When Uru Harushia received a Discord message from Mafu saying, "Coming home, Michan," while she was streaming, this caused an uproar among both the celebrities' fan base, as both of them heavily relied on the BFE and GFE experience. This event literally sent fans into a frenzy, claiming her and Mafu were an item. Heartbroken parasocial fans trashed their Uru Harushia merch, and internet detectives connected household items from both Mafu's and Rushia's pictures they had posted on social media as being eerily similar, claiming...
Dude, it just seems like the girlfriend-boyfriend experience in anything just doesn't go well. It's very lucrative, but in the end, it's like very damaging if it comes out that you did have somebody.
They were in fact living together. At the time, we all brushed these allegations away as schizo shitposting and as definitely untrue. Rushia panicked and, having no manager available at the time, went running to a popular drama tuber by the name of Korekore to give her side of the story and died.
Yeah, exactly. If you break the illusion, the unicorns, all the pay pigs are gonna come hunt you down because that's not what they paid for.
The allegations as to calm down her fans. This culminated into her leaking information to a third party that would end up getting her fired from Hololive at her very peak. Whether that third party would be Kore Kore or someone else, we still don't know to this day. After this incident,
so I hate to say it, but this group is probably going to end up starving to death long before I can take off. Oh, engine cooldown 5 days. Is there like a food plot there? I could probably raid that and steal all that corn. I just have to use my ship as a weapon.
Uruha Rushia reincarnated a lot of times as different personas. First as Nazuna from Vshoujo, to secondly as Mikeneko, who is not signed to a voice acting agency, and thirdly as this random brown-haired Rushia Uruha that people have dubbed Honey Rushia for some reason.
ねえ、私のこと好き？どれくらい好き？ミケちゃん見えなくなっちゃうじゃん。見えなくなってもいいの？よくないよね。
That's not good, isn't it?
私も愛してる。
Fast forward to today, you can imagine the shock and betrayal those fans felt upon discovering that Rushia was indeed married this whole time. After everything, it was all true. The matching house items, the marriage allegations, even that wedding fan art a heartbroken fan had painted. They were right about everything. Not only did the harrowing allegations directed at her painted her as a horrible person, but many of her fans felt betrayed and mourned the version of Rushia they had known in their head. Add to that the lies and the doubling down she did throughout the drama in 2022 and how many rallied to support her back then. These fans felt deeply deceived.
I mean, this is the kind of people that you're bringing in, like just the absolute most unhinged people.
Mafu had released this as Rushia Uruha had just debuted in a voice acting agency and had landed a lead role in the anime Isekai no Yu. This had been a long time dreams of her, and the sudden reveal from Mafu Mafu seemed a little bit too well timed. On January 26, Kore Kore, who is friends with both Rushia and Mafu, reacts to the news on Twitter, then proceeds to tweet he obtained permissions from one of the two parties and announces a stream the next day on YouTube. In a full circle, as Kore Kore was the one meditating the Uruha Rushia and Mafu Mafu drama the first time around, Mafu Mafu then goes on Kore Kore's stream to talk about his experience with the Vtuber, where the singer did his best to hold back tears for nearly 3 hours, while Kore Kore did his best to hold back his giggles for nearly 3 hours, which was quite odd to witness.
What is this, painful for me? Of course she would be.
Stream, we learned more about Mafu Mafu's experience with Uruha Rushia. At that point, she still hadn't made any kind of statement, so we've only heard his side of the story so far. First, they talked about Bisan, the alleged lover of Rushia Uruha. Mafu Mafu clarified that Bisan is not an utaite, but someone who works in the internet industry. Kore Kore then proceeded to say that Rushia told him Mafu Mafu was abusive towards her, but Mafu Mafu refutes the claims, stating he never resorted to any kind of verbal harassment, cheating, or abusive behavior toward his ex-partner. He went on to detail some of the abuse he suffered throughout his relationship. Firstly, she was extremely jealous and self-conscious, keeping him under constant surveillance through his phone or Discord around the clock to ensure he wasn't cheating on her. Even when he was sleeping, he would have his microphone turned on his phone so she could listen to him. This likely explains the Discord messages from
That sounds kind of unhinged.
That appeared on her screen during that huge controversy back then.
いや、本当にルーちゃんのことさ。
He was probably informing her he was coming home because he had to. Secondly, he revealed that the reason he never moved into their conjugal home was because Rusia harbored negative feelings towards him at that point. She had told him not to move in even though he had paid for the new house. Mafu believed it was wrong for him to enter her house. She had explicitly told him not to enter.
家だけ帰ってきて、なんで新居出入りができないんですか？だってママさんが買った家ですよね。僕も甚だ疑問ではあったんですけど、鍵を渡されてなかったってことですか？鍵も持ってましたけど、来ないでくれって言われてるのに勝手に教えるのは違うと思います。
Women, am I right? I'm sorry. If I'm paying for a house and I got the key to it, I'm coming in. Like, there's no reason, especially if you're married to me. Like, no, that's not how that works.
Thirdly, Korikori asked him if Rusia had indeed cheated on him. Korikori added that Rusia had denied those claims to him personally. Mafu mentioned he has evidence he cannot show yet, but one piece of evidence he was approved to show. Screenshots of a conversation between A-san and B-san. In the conversation, A-san expresses a desire to get closer to B-san and then invites him to share a room with her. Korikori questions then the validity of the screenshots Mafu had shown, suggesting she might have been joking. At this point, Mafu started choking up, talking about his marriage, and explained that for their honeymoon, he had booked a place for 3 days, brought Christmas presents and cakes, and waited for her. She arrived the next day at 5 a.m., got angry because he was tired, and left immediately without touching the presents. Later on, he had found out she had left to meet B-san, which broke his heart.
ちょっと待って、これめっちゃ苦しいんだよな。
This guy, I mean, it's sad for him that this is happening, but he sounds like an absolute cuck. Like, I understand relationships are just that, relationships, and you can fall in love with a woman, but you can't let anybody step all over you.
話しますわ、もう。籍を入れた日がクリスマスだったんですよ。籍を入れた日だから2泊3日でそのクリスマスを過ごそうって話をして、泊まる場所を取ったんですね。俺プレゼント買ってクリスマスのプレゼント待ってたんですよ。その泊まる場所にケーキとかも。
So bought a cake.
来たのが。
She came after the date has changed. The date after has changed.
なんか4時間5時間ぐらいで帰っちゃった。
She came around 5 a.m. She got angry at me and then left.
眠かったんですよ。
And I was sleepy since it's 5 a.m.
眠くて、
I mean, it sounds like she was just wanting an excuse to get away.
帰ってそれから2泊3日なのに来なくて、席入れた当日翌日。 はい。でプレゼントもそこ置きっぱで BO さんにその年末遊びませんかみたいな連絡をしてたのがあったんだと思って、めっちゃしんどくて本当に。
Engagement rings also hold a significant symbolic value for Mafu. He explains that he gave Rusia the ring to express his desire to be with her. After he did, Rusia had accused him of cheating on her just days later. She expressly told him, "I can't believe you with something as insignificant as this," which deeply hurt Mafu. Once their relationship fell apart, he demanded the ring back, adding that if she returned it, he wouldn't require any other settlement. She still hasn't given him his ring back to this day, which is why he ended up getting ownership of his house back. Mafu then reveals another incident involving C-san, who is a mutual friend and songwriter. C-san is rumored to be Uruha Rusia's ex-lover. C-san often interjected into the couple's dispute regarding the argument they had about the ring. He initially took Rusia's side as she had only told him half the truth. It was later discovered that C-san was actually Rusia's ex-boyfriend and that he chose to support her because during their time dating, C-san's agent was a woman, and that woman had spread rumors that C-san had sexually abused her and got pregnant, which turned out to be a lie. This greatly mentally affected C-san, causing him much distress and leading him to cry a lot. C-san shared this with Mafu and apologized for taking Rusia's side. He also claims he would be willing to testify to his side if need be.
So the ex-boyfriend turned on her. Jesus. This is something else.
Who then showed Kore further
Whoops.
evidence of the verbal abuse and the horrid accusations of him killing her cat. He concluded by stating that this whole ordeal had been extremely painful for him. He apologized one last time for creating such a big mess. On the 27th, Rusia tweeted and went live on her Twitcast for members only for 1 minute to talk about the situation. She then proceeded to delete the tweet and her Twitcast. The stream was allegedly regarding her hospitalization. The live stream being deleted so quickly and being paywalled didn't help calm down the situation and only made matters worse for Rusia as fans revolted further. On January 28th, the very next day, Mafu went live on Twitcast to apologize once again for bringing up the situation. He had considered informing everyone after the case was settled, but this still didn't erase the fact that he had lied to his listeners. He acknowledged that people might end up hating him or disliking him because of this situation. He says, "I'm so relieved that I don't have to lie and that I was able to tell everyone. I'll reflect on this and look forward and focus on my activities. I'm really sorry to everyone who supported me. I'm so sorry. I won't forget this feeling for the rest of my life. I'll reflect on it deeply."
Sucks to suck, bud.
Mikeneko finally broke her silence. Mikeneko first wrote a response on her fan box where she claims Mafu answer was terribly one-sided, but still admits to a few things. Namely, that she was wed to Mafu in 2021 and divorced in 2022, as he claimed. She apologizes for lying to everyone that supported her, but explains that because she was working as a streamer at the time, she had to lie due to the restrictions. She denies the cheating allegations with Isan, and she explains that the messages shown as evidence were just jokes and nothing serious. She confesses that she suspected and questioned Mafu about his affairs during the wedding, but never to the point of harassment. Unfortunately, she cannot go into details until court proceedings starts, but she also has her own reasons to believe that it was actually Mafu who cheated on her. She explains that they both suspected that each which puts their relationship under considerable strain as they couldn't trust each other fully. In that statement, she also clarifies one thing. Mafu claims that she did not request a monetary settlement because her affair with Bisan came to light, but that wasn't true according to Rusia. The real reason why they settled is because Rusia's parents were angry at how Mafu was handling the situation and had published their conversation online, which could have resulted in an infringement of Mafu's privacy, and so they settled on no monetary compensation. But her most
interesting
confession is her admittance to slandering Mafu online, which led Mafu to sue her. She explains that at the time her contract with Hololive had just been terminated while she was going through a divorce with her husband, which resulted in her being in a terrible place mentally, which led to her posting her feelings on the internet. And while her lawyer claimed that the posts weren't considered illegal, the singer still demanded several conditions from Rusia as per their settlement deal. 1. That she would suspend all activities online under her streamer name. 2. That she would never be allowed to use social media again. And 3. 1 million yen in compensation. Since she was unable to pay, she countersued, stating that Mafu's lawsuit had a lot of incorrect information in the first place. Additionally, she comments on the claims that she spread rumors about Cisan's former agent and partner. She denies those claims and states that what Mafu said was cruel. In fact, her ex-boyfriend Cisan was actually living with another woman while he was with Rusia. So she is actually the victim in this situation.
We're gonna watch this because this is probably the end of this run. If Krax gets away, we're done. All right, speed it up. I can't speed it up because they're fighting. Oh, what a run this has been. In an eclipse, Decker. Oh. Well, I think that's it, kids. All the original guys are gone. Oh, no, he's up. Where did he go? Oh, they just shot him. Oh, no. Okay. Capture. And she can't save any of these people. Can he tend himself? Oh, no. Let's see. All right, I need you to tend yourself and then tend. Krax still might die. What's his health looking like? 20 hours. Where are you? All right. Come on. He can't even see. Probably because he's in this dark ass room. Or has he lost both? Yep, he has no eyes. That's right. That's right. Well, it looks like Monday we might be doing a new run, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, someone, Decker got on it. Whoo! No immediate danger, so he's saved. For now. Let's get back. Okay. Okay.
Because her affair with Bison came to light. But that wasn't true according to Rusia. The real reason why they settled...
It started again.
Parents were angry at how Mafu Mafu was handling this situation and had published their conversation online, which could have resulted in an infringement of Mafu Mafu's privacy, and so settled on no monetary compensation. But her most shocking confession is her admittance to slandering Mafu online, which led Mafu Mafu to sue her. She explains that at the time her contract with Hololive had just been terminated while she was going through a divorce with her husband, which resulted in her being in a terrible place mentally, which led to her posting her feelings on the internet. And while her lawyer claimed that the posts weren't considered illegal, the singer still demanded several conditions from Rusia as per their settlement deal. 1, that she would suspend all activities online under her streamer name. 2, that she would not be allowed to use social media again. And 3, 1 million yen in compensation. Since she was unable to pay, she countersued, stating that Mafu's lawsuit had a lot of incorrect information in the first place. Additionally, she comments on the claims that she spread rumors about Cisan's former agent and partner. She denies those claims categorically and states that what Mafu said was cruel. In fact, her ex-boyfriend Cisan was actually living with another woman while he was with Frusia, so she is actually the victim in this situation. She also denies ever feeding dirty water to her cat and mistreating her pets. She explained that she left the house for a couple of days, which made the water become muddy with the cat's saliva and hair. As for the urn, she had forgotten the urn of her hamster at the house while she was moving, and she requested for Mafu to return the urn to her through her lawyer, a request he still hasn't fulfilled. The next week...
Oh, man. This whole thing just sounds like an absolute mess. I mean, it sounds like any divorce that I've heard of. What are you doing, Decker? Oh, are you having a break too? Okay. We might be calling it on this colony.
Live on stream to explain herself further. She began by apologizing and confirming that she had been secretly married and divorced from 2021 to 2022. She expressed that she had reflected on herself and will refrain from keeping secrets in the future. Mikaneko was hospitalized for 2 weeks in January of 2024 due to a stomach illness, preventing her from properly celebrating her birthday during that time. She presented her medical documents as proof during her stream. She discussed her struggles with mental illness over the past couple of years, including acute stress disorder, PTSD, insomnia, and depression, and mentioned she had been receiving treatment for these conditions.
2005月ぐらいからもう病院に通ってたんだけども、もうかなりの
So the old tried and true, I'm going to therapy and fixing it.
last couple of years, including acute stress disorder, PTSD, insomnia, and depression, and mentioned she had been receiving treatment for these conditions.
Yeah, this is the go-to. Every time someone starts, this is another one of the many go-tos that people have. Sympathy baiting your mental health disorders because you're being attacked online. Just
5月ぐらいからもう病院に通ってたんだけども、もうかなりの
Oh, what the fuck? What the fuck is this? Here we go. The Necro Ball is gonna fucking destroy us. That's not doing anything. It's saying any weaponry. Alright, so let's just stay away from that. Jesus, okay. Let's keep going.
まあ、ちょっと待ってくださいね。まあ、かなりの、まあ、陥ってしまっていて、私は7ヶ月間ぐらいまともに外に出れてなかったんですね。はい。で、まあ、病院の先生が家に訪問してくださったりしていて、はい。もう外に出られなくて。
Doctors got it.
なので、先生がうちに訪問してくれてたんですね。うん。で、それからインターネットで診断とかしていただいてて。
She addressed the speculations, rumors, and false information spread about her online, expressing hope for resolution, but noted that there are work-related matters she cannot openly discuss, likely for legal reasons. She concluded by promoting some of her new merchandise. She adds that she aims to continue working, being creative, and having fun with her viewers to help alleviate their anxieties. This statement helped calm some of her fan base, but the majority remained upset by the betrayals and lies Uruha Rusia had told them. Additionally, people were upset she promoted her merchandise right after discussing the controversy, which felt somewhat out of touch and tone deaf given the serious allegations directed towards her.
Yeah, I mean, I get it, but you gotta make that money, right?
Then proceeded to do something very, very strange, which is pretend that nothing is happening, and it's worked. On February 14th, she did a Valentine's Day stream where she earned upward to $7,292 in super chats. This really proved that she still has a lot of fandeds and a lot of gachikois willing to stand by her and support her no matter what. And this particular stream really pissed off Mafu Mafu's fanbase.
Oh, that's it. That's it, boys. And girls, or whoever's here. It finally happened. Krax died. His femur was cracked, his pelvis was cracked, his tibia, his right tibia was cracked. Bruises on the head, lungs. A crushed left lung. So that's that. This run is over. Yeyen's gonna have to fend for himself. No. All right, let's finish this one out and then we'll work on building the next one. I'm nervous. I wonder where I can make it at all. It's not Christmas, everyone.
She continued this odd behavior. On February 15, she then returned to her character Nazuna from the agency V Shoujo, from which she had recently graduated from just a month and a half prior. This appears to be a pattern with Rusia where she switches from persona to...
Okay, so the first video is about the same person, Rusia, right? Because that character I remember seeing.
Persona to stream whenever the pressure becomes too much on one of her accounts. As Rusia's statement was pretty brief and didn't reveal as much from her side of the story as we had hoped for because of legal reasons, we're going to have to wait until legal proceedings start for her to be able to completely clear her name, if that is possible. Until then, we should probably hold judgment until more evidence comes to light, as we only have Mafu Mafu's side of the story. For now, Now, her voice acting agency has stated that they will keep on continuing to support her and hope her fans will do too. It's hard to know what the future holds for her, but one thing is sure, Rusia Uruha is a candle that burns bright and fast.
Interesting stuff. It's kind of, I mean, that one was kind of just like it was a divorce drama. You got to watch in real time, right? So we're going to do another one here, maybe to finish it out. The controversial rise of Pipa, and I've seen her stuff before. So is she one of those ones that hangs around like Kirsha and things like that, or is it just completely different situation? Let's see here. Let's go ahead before we get going and generate this world. Yeah, hangs around Kirsha. That's what I thought. So I'm going to do the same kind of run through because I like the idea of this one. I just have to not fuck it over so hard this time around. So we're going with the spaceship one again, running away. We already have a fixed ideology that I'm going to go with. That is the toxic path. Ooh woo. Yep, I got all those. Load. So the toxic path, since I don't know that y'all saw it last time, is supremacy. So we have slavery and execution. Execution required and slavery is honorable. Human primacy. So humans are the best. We don't bond with animals. That's bullshit. We don't care about corpses. Cannibalism, I think we'll go with disapproved, not horrible, disapproved. Then got the Lord of the Void, the Voice, the Slave Master, and the Sadakar, even though I know I didn't spell that right. Mortal Contest. I thought I had one more with these. Yeah, we should definitely have Dance Party in there. Fiesta of Ships. I like it. I like it. All right. Go to there, that. And let's see if we can find some decent P. Actually, this isn't bad. Start. No one who does any melee. 9 construction, 9 mining. Volatile, don't care. Oh, I know what I'm going to end up doing. Because this is a waster one. It's going to end up changing all of them anyway. Going to change all of them anyway. Because we like wasters here. If you don't know what a waster is, we can do it here. So they are waster. They're an aggressive species immune to toxic pollution, almost impervious to disease, and can ingest as much psychite and wake-up drugs as they wish with no ill effects. So we're going to be a very fast-moving one if we can get that started this time. Their toxin-adapted metabolism means that they may consume some of the psychoid, usually flake or yayo. So we will be getting yayo into production. Originally engineered to prevent settlements from post-apocalyptic death worlds, wasters are living in area of denial. Now, another thing with them is they are very aggressive, which means that they're quicker to anger. They have more social fights than anyone else. And when they have mental breaks, it tends to be very aggressive, breaking stuff, killing people, things like that. So we'll see if we can't find some good ones here. Yorch and JDA fighting. 2 wasters. That's funny. Let's see here. Are Yorch and JDA fighting right now? Or are you talking about in my game? No, we don't want that guy. We want wasters. Waster. because it would be funny to see those guys going after it again. Waster. No, not right now. Dang it. I was hoping. But that's fine. Maybe we'll name some of them. Interesting characters. But they have been a few hours ago. That's funny. Dude. So one of the hardest things about these guys starting out is they have terrible cooking. So almost all of them will have 0 cooking. Like that's the best cook there is probably in this whole run. Yep. That little cook right here. This 14-year-old boy is double the cooking of everybody else. Let's see. So here we going with sculptor, artistic mining. I need fighters. Oh God, warship captain. Yes. And construction. So I like that. How old is she though? 37. Okay. Sometimes they like to give me these old bitches. Misandrist. Ooh, we like that one. Slow learner, undergrounder. This guy. See, he's got decent construction, so I need other stuff. We're probably going to take... Where is he? Smog. Yayo. He'll be a good artist one day, but he's going to be an exceptional cook and shooter. Crafting. So I don't have any melee. God, these guys are going to be horrible. Plants are good, so we'll be able to grow our yayo. I may have to... So the captain for social and intellectual, him for cooking, and that's it. Yo, he's a teeter-totter. No, we can't do a teeter-totter. Sorry, bud. You're out. You're out. Teeter-totter means he can't take drugs, and these guys are automatically... I guess he isn't psych-dependent. Oh, yeah, they are. They're all automatically psychoid-dependent in their genes. So, artistic, medical, and mining. We just have 0 cooking. I need, like, crafting. She's a good shot. She's 78 years old. A housewife. A housewife who can't cook. He's got decent shooting and plants. Mining, plants, medical. Construction. Okay. This is looking a little bit better here. We'll go with these 3 guys. We got Bullet, who's 42 years old. That we'll have to fix. Because I know how my bones feel. We've got Smog, who's a test subject. Oh, God, he's 72. Really? I'm going to have to re-roll some of these dudes. I see this one we might be able to go with because he has the medical and the stuff so he can learn quicker. Furniture builder who's 72 and the sculptor. All right. But no plants. No plants. A bunch of kids, huh? Yep, that's what it looks like we're going to go with. A bunch of kids and who can't fight. So we'll do this. Let's make sure none of these are bad. She's slow learner and she's a misandrist, though. Tough, jealous. Something. A masochist. That actually helps. And then he's a teeter-totterer, too. Holy crap, these people suck. Starfighter pilot, intelligence. It's always something. 32. 42. Can't fight. This one we may be able to go with. All right. He's just incapable of cooking, but he's a masochist. Masochist. Boop, boop, boo-doo. He's 72, so let's get the fuck rid of him. Staggeringly ugly. Oh, done, huh? But incapable of violence. Sorry, bud. I need violent people. Oh, he actually might replace the counselor. Creepy, breathing, and steadfast. I like it. Shit at everything else. We'll hold on to him. Rancher, plants, crafting. Terrible at animals, but he's got some. Won't do dumb labor. Okay, 48. Recluse, nudist. I don't need a nudist. Here we go. This guy we might be able to work with. No intellectual, and he's kind of a nervous guy, but his skills are mediocre at best. All right, we'll pop you in there. So we have the counselor, who's a masochist, and okay at shooting, 25 years old. Got a 36-year-old close combat guy who wants to be an artist. He's got a little bit of medical and everything else. The spy child is also a masochist. 13. Incredible social, though. Is anyone, I guess he'll be our intellectual for now. So we got Wolf. She's 25. We've got Patkin. We're going to call him Bar. I like Bar better. There we go. He's got some decent skills. He'll get up there in construction, mining. And then this child. We're very low on planting and intelligence, so that's going to be interesting. But we can always hunt everywhere we go until we get up there. We need Krax reincarnated. Okay. Who do you think is Krax? This guy? A tough, jealous masochist. Well, it's got to be him. He's the only male. So Bar is going to be the new Krax. Come on, Krax. You need to bring it back. This is you being reborn into the world. Krax, who is on fire with just about everything. So he's going to become our melee champion. So Wolf, Krax, and Lowe's. 2 females, 1 male. 2 masochists. No wonder Krax is going to be nervous because you've got both of the females are masochists. And one of them, this should be a given with women, is jealous. So I hope that goes from there. All right. Let's see if I can survive this one. Bro, gonna go crazy, yeah. All right, so we're on the ship. Boop. Go there. We got to get off this thing pretty quick because they are coming. They are coming. Go start grabbing some shit. He's our doctor. But I want to put him on there. Like, I almost want him to have the secondary because Lowe's will become a goddamn good doctor by the end of it. You know the best way to become a doctor in this game? Just keep doing surgeries on prisoners. So we may be doing that. Childcare? Ooh, Wolf. Wolf is a motherly type. But he's not bad either. Yeah, Mechanoid's coming. I know. Basics. Warden. No one can handle, no one can cook. She's the only one who can hunt. And, it's going to be, let's put these all on 2. All right, everyone's in the house. There's nothing else we need to break down or do. Let's get out of here. Boom. Begin. Let's get to the planet. All right. Well, once we fly down to our first planet, then we'll start. Ooh, where are we going to land? Every time I see Rimworld, I think about the Reddit post asking why the baby can't be tased. Yeah, that sounds about right. I mean, there used to not be kids in Rimworld, and then the moment they came in, it was like, oh, okay, child armies, vat-grown children to do work. There's even a precept for your ideology that is child workers, child slaves. Oh, you can't. You gotta love it. You gotta love Rimworld. I guess we're heading down to the plains. At least we'll have a good spot to grow, even if no one's good at planting. I do want to head down like here so we can start packing in some steel and shit. All right. Here we go. Where is the best steel? Because everywhere is going to be good for... What are those? Mastodons? Hell yeah. There's some steel. There's parts up there. Looks like over here kind of will be the best part because we can go up there, we can go over there, and then I eventually can send people down there. All right. Land on the platform. How about that? Sent it to Discord. All right, I got to pull this up. Boop. Oh God, yes. Let's see here. Open in browser. There we go. There we go. This. This is peak Rimworld. Does tasing babies not stun them? Or does my colonist keep missing as he is no eyes? It makes it even worse that the guy is in a wheelchair while doing it. Oh, goodness. I love Rimworld memes. This game is just peak. All right. So now everything's landing. We'll go on to our next little video. Let's learn about Pipkin. Apparently it's because the baby can't be tased because it's perma-downed. I guess that makes sense. Like you can only tase things that are up, not down. There's weird things in there. Oh. Yeah, I think we're going to start an organ farm to make money with this one and go from there. Overheated grav engine. No more mechanoids. Let's head back to gaming so y'all can see me gaming. And let's learn about Peppakin, this weird person I keep seeing. All right, let's see here. Who is my...
Organize all of the aisles again? Where would their kitsune section be now? I swear to God, if I have to be stuck with the horse memes for another week, I'm gonna
Oh.
Oh, hey, crazy seeing you here. You're probably wondering, who the hell is that deranged rapid girl blasting up the foot care section? Promise to be my meat shield, and I'll tell you all I know about this rabid maniac.
Jesus. That was a good entrance. I'll say I liked that entrance.
Pipkin Pippa is the embodiment of she's just like me for real, and by just like me I mean your average basement dwelling keyboard warrior. Pippa is a female English virtual YouTuber and a member of Face Connect. She debuted as part of its first generation.
Wait, she's...
Rinku Ashilia, Hakushika Iori.
Okay, this is a
Fujikura Uruka, Shizui Mishiru, and Utatane Naza. She's kind of like a female, more hyperactive version of Asmongold. After all, they both drink way too much soda and repurpose entirely harmless part of their households for quite unsavory uses.
And no more vomit drawer. Wait, what do you mean no more? No more. Like, I haven't had mold in here for a while.
So I've gotten to the point that I don't believe any of these people, like, because Kirsha does the same thing. Like, they're, you know, pathetic, their rooms are a mess, shit like that. I don't believe it's anything more than trying to copy the Asmongold methodology, and it's just kind of pathetic.
Oh. No, the other thing. Oh, I haven't had a vomit drawer in like over 2 years now. Jesus Christ. Listen, now I grab the trash can out of the bathroom like a normal person. Why did you keep a drawer?
Yeah.
Because
they want to be Asmon so bad. Yeah, it is. And it's just the he makes money and he lives in filth. So if I pretend to do that, maybe I'll get famous. And in some cases, these people start to make it, I guess. But it's just so absolutely pathetic.
I needed something that I could like lay my head into in case I got sick in the middle of the night. And you were like a kid when you did this?
No, God! In a world filled with carefully curated personas, Pippa's unabashedly degenerate antics deeply resonate with her audience.
Oh fuck, you guys said a bunch of them! Holy shit!
Attracting a devoted cult following. Her genuine and unfiltered opinions, regardless of the potential for pushback or controversy, have struck a deep chord with her loyal fanbase. As deranged as Pippa comes off, she is still very relatable and stands as a refreshing...
That looks like pedo bait to me. Hygiene is woke. Yes, hygiene is woke. And that just looks like pedo bait to me.
Anomaly in the VTuber scene. From reacting to wacky stories to fortune reading ASMR.
I want Pippa to lick her souls clean of my seed after the act is done.
Pippa has endless hours of content ready to destroy you mentally. Pippa, sometimes dubbed Walmart Pecora, is a good case study of what happens when the creator is more degenerate than the audience. But naturally, straddling the fine line between edgy humor and shock value can stir debates, leading to polarized opinions about her. This divide is stark, with individuals either adoring her unique charm or finding her approach very off-putting. Before Pippa's debut, she released these videos as teasers showcasing her personality. 3 of her notable videos include Vtubers are PSYOP, where she claims that Vtubers were part of a government PSYOP to ensure that humans wouldn't breed, PPPP, and a clean version of Ram Ranch.
Okay. So she just feeds into the troll retards that believe government conspiracies, pedo bait. She does the thing that, you know, I'm edgy. I'm an edgy person kind of thing. And I feel like, okay, there's nothing wrong with being edgy, right? You know, you can have some, oh, here we go. What should we call our ship? I mean, you can be edgy. You can make jokes. You can make, you know, I have nothing against being edgy, right? 19 years in the military, you tell some dead baby jokes. You tell some, the SS disaster. Fine. But there's this thing that I've seen lately where it's just like edginess for edginess sake. And I mean, and it's okay, I guess you're going to have it happen with kids, right? Kids are just going to be edgy. That's kind of what happens. But then when you get these people who are getting into their 20s or their late 20s and into their 30s, it's like you can still be edgy, but just don't be gay about it. Safe edgy is pretty cringe, though. Safe edgy, well, I'm not saying it has to be safe edgy, right? Both of them can be cringe left or right? I may make a joke about bringing back the rule of thumb, or I don't know. Just this, it annoys me, maybe because I'm old, the constant over the top edginess, right? And this is a guy who listens to edgy commentary guys, right? I don't mind their edginess. I don't feel like it's over the top just to be over the top. Almost also edgy people nowadays caring about their public perception. Yeah, that's a funny thing to see. Like, it's like, come on, man, you're either be edgy or don't, or I don't know. A lot of times it's just used to stir up something to get people's attention. It's not being edgy because, I don't know, you're an edgy person. I don't know how to explain it. I feel like I'm floundering. Oh, look, there we go. Aw, Krax is already in a fight. These fucking guys. These guys. So let's see what more we get.
18 happy friends at a slumber party. Big fat fluffy pillows wanting to be hugged.
A classic. Pippa initially dreamt of joining Hololive.
Okay.
I'm, in a way, glad she got rejected, because if she did join Hololive, there is no way we would.
That's the first time the stream, right? First time, not bad. It's 11:30. I almost fucking made it. Hold on, we're starting something today. Oh, Where is it? Where is it? Oh, I don't know that I deleted the program. I'll have to find it later. It's the 3rd? No, don't tell me it's the 3rd. That's a lie. I don't remember it, so it didn't happen. But I was saying iDubbbz's thing is just even more pathetic. Like, we've all said things in our life that we don't necessarily agree with now, right? And you need one of those mics with the bright red LED when it's on. I do. You know, Nasmer mentioned grabbing the a Stream Deck, and I have a little one with 6 buttons, and I try and keep it to where I can see that, but I never look down at it. But basically what it comes down to is just if you change, fine. Don't become a little wretch about it. And just don't be over the top edgy, right? Hang it in the wall. That's not a bad idea.
Would have ever got the Pippa that we know today. She finally made her long-awaited debut on June 20, 2021. In that stream, she explained that she's actually 3, that she likes tabletop RPGs, and if you are a D&D lover like Pippa, do you know what else you might like? This book called The Tome of Phalor. It's a beautiful, comprehensive guide to the realm of fairies. Think of it like the fairy equivalent of the Monster Manual.
Why the fuck would you call yourself 3? Like, that's just the weird part about the edgy ones are when they grow up to somehow start to police others like they have room to speak. Yeah, I agree. Like, I still enjoy edgy jokes from now on. I don't say as many as I used to, and a lot of the stuff I said was in private, not on social media. But to then become the person that you used to hate and say edgy jokes too is I don't know, hilarious.
but with less chomping and way more sparkles. This book is so useful for world building with minimal rules, meaning even I could use it without messing up the campaign in the first 5 minutes. It works with loads of RPG system like Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition, and it's fantastic inspiration for readers and writers too. In the Tome of Phalor, dive into the mystical world of fairies with the latest book from Fable Spinners. Enhance your stories with incredible descriptions of Fey realms, beautiful
They're at it again already.
characters, and mysterious powers, such as the all-powerful archfey that rules over fairies. And speaking of powerful creatures, I know you guys love horses, and the Tome of Phalor has this mythical upgrade, the unicorn. It's way less clingy than those online.
They literally woke up and started beating the shit out of each other again. Oh, holy shit. Oh, nose broken. Bruises. Oh, and he's high on go juice. Nice. And he now has a... Okay, we're going to cut off the go juice, bud. I think it's making you want to beat women. And while I'm not against it, I prefer you would use the rule of thumb. So what are we covering today? Right now, I think the final video of the night is I'm watching a video on Pipkin Pippa. I've watched another one on Rushia. And I think this is where we're going to finish it out. And my new Krax keeps beating up a woman. So all in all, it's a pretty good stream. He needs to drink the respect women juice. Well, apparently go juice is not the respect women's juice. It's it's the handle women juice. Women don't talk back.
Parasocial unicorn fans, am I right? This book is perfect for RPG lovers, fantasy writers, and anyone who secretly believes in fairies. No judgment. Remember, the hardcore version, the fancy one, is a Kickstarter exclusive, and the campaign ends in March, so make sure you don't miss it. Thank you, Tome of Phalor, for sponsoring this video. Now back to the main content, which is probably less magical, although it's very pastel. But hey, at least I won't have glitters in my hair for the next 6 months. During her debut, Pippa also stated that she likes power chords, playing video games, and she loves chips. On the other hand, she hates technical difficulties, lag, bufferings, and crowds, but most of all, she hates the federal government.
Okay. I can agree with that. I dislike the federal government too.
30 on 30. I'm not a big fan of the government. 30 on 30. I'm not a big fan of the government.
If you hadn't noticed already, Pippa is what we call a conspiracy theorist. She kind of tried to be more clean in the first few weeks of her debut.
Chat, you wanna kiss? Winding up.
Wolf, go get a gun.
It lasted a total of like 2 streams, and she slowly evolved into what she is today.
Okay, no, what are you doing? Fight! Fight!
Pippa loves everyone she collaborates with her conspiracy
Krax will fucking fight women, but he doesn't want to fight a rabbit.
theories and odd internet facts.
Oh god.
With Kirsha. Collaborations between Pippa and her are consistently remarkable because of their amazing synergy. I believe collabs have the potential to be much more than just combining view counts. If the creators really click, it makes for content that grabs attention in ways they couldn't do by themselves. So just combining 2 big fan bases might not even bring the best results at times. This really showcases how it's all about that connections in those collabs, which can spark amazing content. And this goes for creators big and small.
I'm sorry, what?
It's a black squirrel.
Oh.
What? Why can't you just say, okay?
She's gotta specify that it's melanated for when she attacks it.
That's pretty funny.
The thing is, Pippa often describes herself as being quite pessimistic about the world and herself, but not when it comes to VTubing. Regarding VTubing, she harbors an incredible passion. And when she begins discussing them, you can tell she sees them as a positive driving force and source of inspiration, and that she is quite knowledgeable about the topic as well as being full of great advices.
And you cannot be them, but you can be you. This is so corny. This is so corny. But you can be you, and you can be one of those like super cool people. You can be super talented and super amazing, and it might take you longer to get to that point. And it's really upsetting sometimes. You gotta let go of your ego though. But just keep at it, and then you'll hit whatever fucking age. You hit 40, and suddenly you're fucking Leonardo da Vinci in your fucking drawings and your inventions and whatever the hell, you know?
So it would make sense for Pippa to found her own VTuber idol agency. In one instance, she even started a meme idol agency called Flavor. Flavor is a meme corporation set up by Pippa with the help of AI. It's meant as a parody of VTubing and corporate culture. In this setup, Pippa is portrayed as a failed evil corporate CEO who got fired from her previous company called Kuro Company after one of her former talents revealed Pippa was using her powers to force sexual favors from the talents. Given that the entire project is open source, Pippa's fans begin to contribute, leading to a surge of content for her community to engage with. It became a creative sandbox for everyone involved. This initiative led to 5 generations of VTuber models which were adopted and operated by her fans emerging from this agency.
That's okay. That's a pretty interesting idea that she had to come up with. Doing something that gets the fans involved kind of shows like an understanding, like it builds something for your community to do, and it seems like her community really enjoyed doing that to the point that it built other VTubers. I got to give some kind of respect to that.
Even created Twitter accounts for each and every single model. Made-up lores also emerged from this parody agency, including fake Discord logs that were leaked, and even, yes, fake VTuber drama, leading to one of their affiliated talents having to issue an apology on social media. Initially, it was all fun and games, but eventually, she kind of lost control of it as it took a life on its own. Her coworkers began to get annoyed with some of the interactions with her fan base, and even the CEO of Face Connect, Sakana, started sweating a little bit, I'm sure. Everyone was wondering how much she was actually responsible for what the Flavor talents were doing.
So, like, do you actually, like, run these accounts or something? Like, what? None of them! I don't own any of these! None of them! I have no part in this! All I did, I made this logo. With chat's help, I generated the images. That's it. I have not made any of these accounts.
So eventually she had to distance herself from it. And that's kind of the
interesting
downside of having an edgy fan base. The positive aspects is that you're extremely hard to cancel because most things will fly with them. The downside is that they're kind of hard to control, and if you ever want to go more sesso in the long run or want to change your content, they might revolt. In another hilarious antic created by her fanbase, the Pipakistan fan Twitter account was created. This is a roleplay account where each day the value of the fictional Pippa currency called the bun is adjusted up or down in response to Pippa's latest stream or social media antics. Basically, Pippa...
Okay, next thing's up. It is interesting because you're right. When you have more controversial audience, you tend to be able to take criticism at least easier. Like, look at the Kirsch situation. You know, she actively engaged in cancel culture, but she never felt any real backlash. There was never any real risk of her getting canceled. You know, maybe losing a sponsorship, that one sponsorship that she had that she wasn't getting paid for. But it doesn't matter because her fan base is already unhinged in a way. So they don't care if you do end up doing things like that. They don't care about hypocrisies or anything else like that. It's just as long as you say the right sentence. Krax thinks that nice. Krax thinks that you should give your faction a name. What are we going to call Krax's faction? Let's do it. We'll do toxic. Toxic feminism. No, we'll do masculinity. Even though that's probably not spelled right. Boop.
Has her own bank, and on that topic, what the fuck are you guys doing? Where is my bank?
How am I supposed to rule the world like this?
But one of the bigger controversies Pippa was involved in, and one that helped her put her on the map, is the Hogwarts Legacy scandal. Hogwarts Legacy is a game that came out on February 10, 2023, and is an action role-playing game set in the wizarding world of Harry.
Oh, let me guess. So she is probably one of the ones that still played it, even though everybody else was getting taken down by the people who are mad and crazy mad about it.
Harry Potter. Seems pretty innocent, right? Well, the plot twist is that its author, J.K. Rowling, has been making quite a lot of disparaging political comments about transgenders and trans rights on social media.
Yeah, always has.
Not being directly involved in the game's development or its narrative creation, Rowling profits from the game due to her ownership of the Harry Potter intellectual property, or IP. This ownership means that any content produced within the Harry Potter universe, including Hogwarts Legacy, generates royalties for her. This, of course, developed into a large-scale protest and boycott against all streamers that wanted to play
That failed miserably.
Hogwarts Legacy, regardless of their political views, which resulted into a mass harassment campaign of several content creators. A list was even created to keep track of who was playing the game at the time, creating a huge divide within the community, as the members of this list eventually became prime targets of harassment. The biggest examples of these was the targeted harassment of VTubers such as Silverveil and Pikami. The conversation culminated in a mass cyberbullying and lots of attempts at cloud chasing from several smaller VTubers who seized the opportunity to promote their own platforms as a safe space, unlike the platforms of those who chose to play the wizard game. At the time, this minority of really loud, outspoken voices created a false consensus of unanimity in opinions. Most were too scared to speak out or give a more nuanced take on the topic for fear of losing their platforms or even being publicly harassed. So this led to
Well, yeah, there was a whole list that was the same people speaking out over Hogwarts Legacy ended up playing the game anyway. Yeah. I mean, it was so unhinged. There was someone who made a list that would update with the people who were playing Hogwarts Legacy so that people could forgive them. It was fucking nuts. But yeah, sorry, it was a good game, and in the long run, that's all that matters. My fans hitting Mike again. It's way over there. It has been all night. One of these days, I'll be a real streamer. So I have to have it like it is 87 degrees on and on, 92 up in here today. I just need to push it further away. That's all. But yeah, I mean, it was such an unhinged controversy, and it died out so quick because no one really cared about it. It's still scuffled. Let's see. Test 1 2. Test. Any better? Hello. Can you hear me? Okay. I don't know. Maybe this mic. It's a Blue Yeti, but it sits out here in the garage, and maybe I need to start taking it back in. Look a person. What you got, buddy? Let's see your bios. You might be worth like capturing at the very least. Where are the other weapons? Krax, grab your breaching axe and get ready. Lowe's, go get that machine gun. We've got ourselves somebody to capture, and I don't even have a place to put them. I could probably build something over there. Let's just do this. Boop. Yep. No, whoops. Yep. I understand. Confirm. Someone move that damn rabbit. Zone. Dumping zone. There we go. Move the rabbit. Thank you. So let's see how Pippa came out of this controversy.
To the harassment, doxing, and bullying of Silvervale especially, who broke down on stream several times and even saw some of her relationships with her coworkers sour.
And we all understand your feelings, and you know, I hope you enjoyed your time here while you were here. And it's okay if you don't want to be here anymore, but harassing people because they played a video game is not how you go about proper activism and try to make legitimate changes.
But the worst part of the whole thing is that the harassment also resulted in the departure of the
The problem with that is a crying woman always angers me, so I don't have a lot of empathy there.
Vtuber Pikami, who was widely loved and known for her impeccable behavior. And that's when Pippa steps in.
I think Silvervale just got harassed over it. I think some people just started fucking harassing Silvervale from Shoujo because she's playing it. They harassed Pikami. Yeah, they harassed Pikami. Or Pikami, she didn't deserve it. She did not deserve it. People fucking suck. Don't get political in here, man. Don't get political. Just, man. Okay, I'm gonna get political. Okay, I just think it's hypocritical to lose your fucking mind about the Harry Potter shit and then to go and play like Genshin Impact or fucking Blizzard games, alright? I'm just saying. I would sympathize if it was like people were consistent with it, right? But then it's not consistent. It's not fucking consistent, okay? It's not consistent.
Upon learning of Pikami's graduation, Pippa took the day off from streaming and returned the next day with a Hogwarts Legacy stream, despite her proclaimed dislike for Harry Potter. This was Pippa's way to stand against the Twitter outrage mob.
Today's stream! I hate this franchise, but I hate people on Twitter more!
The situation led to significant backlash, prompting a noticeable shift in public's opinion. The contentious nature of the issue brought about a strong reaction from those previously silent or neutral, revealing the broader spectrum of viewpoints and sparking more intense debate on the matter. And while it is true that some political agitators might have partaked in this movement, most people just wanted to play a game they loved. The problem is that these people attacked such a wide brush of people. It's like saying all Pokemon fans are transphobic. Most people didn't have any political stake in this. They just wanted to play a franchise they grew up with. Nonetheless, this event ended up catapulting Pippa to higher heights as she got lots of people talking about her, for better or for worse. Many criticized her takes, and among her biggest critic is a prominent political left-wing YouTuber called Vosh. Vosh a lot.
Vosh got involved with Pippa. Okay. Moving me more to Pippa's side on this.
But I stand by it. My moral principles are rock solid.
In hindsight, this would end up being a really poor choices of words for Vosh. So Vosh decided to pick a fight with Pippa based on internet threads meant to display her in a bad light that we'll cover later in the video.
Pippa? Who I think is like a Nazi?
The problem with Vosh is that he didn't expect this bunny anime girl to end up pulling some deep lore on him and absolutely cooked him. Let's just say Vosh has a history of taking clopping a little too...
Vosh saw young-looking ladies and had to get involved. Also, animal-like young ladies that he could be a horse with. Oh, God. Vosh and his missteps.
Too far.
Did you hear about what Vosh said about you? Yeah, I think he said I'm a Nazi. I'm not really concerned if a horse fucker thinks I'm a Nazi.
All right.
Right there than she thought at the time. See, Vosh has been vocal in critiquing the VTuber community, alleging that it harbors individuals with
never living 42p
an overemphasis on lolly content.
Portion of VTubers are degenerate 4chan incel pigs.
And he's also the same guy who's recently come under fire for accidentally opening his non-sorted folder, which revealed a bunch of very young-looking girls in promiscuous positions with none other than horses.
This is an example of the kind of structure that I'm referring to.
I don't know if it's worse here, that he's a mega hypocrite, that there is literal horses mixed in his prawn folder, or that all of this is right next to his stacks folder.
Knowing now that that artist is a lolicon, yeah, I can see it. When I looked at it, I think the vibe that I got was like short stack, thick kind of thing.
Oh, man.
Like the way, like...
It brings back memories of when this first came out. Oh.
Goblins get drawn in porn.
I want to emphasize that even during the intense discussions surrounding Hogwarts Legacy and trans issues, Pippa consistently called for the respect of individuals' identities. She's issued a tweet.
Notice, it's nice to meet you all. It's been a hectic past few days, and I'm not sure how to word this properly. While I do appreciate all of the kind messages, I don't appreciate being used as an excuse to attack other people. Let's not shitfling and attack other people's identities. If I see it, I'll be blocking and banning you from my community like I do the rest of the trolls and bullies. Do not try to misinterpret my words and use me as a banner to attack other people.
Huh.
Although it sparked considerable backlash, I believe was essential in defining her community's boundaries firmly. This step was crucial to communicate what is and isn't acceptable behavior within her community, showing her dedication to creating a respectful space despite what most of her aunties would want you to believe. On a lighter note, the next day of Pippa's Hogwarts stream was her birthday, and her fan, Mr. Yura, organized a birthday billboard ad for her, which is pretty cool. Being a controversial figure has its perks and downsides.
Yeah, 47.png, not 42.
Prone to attacks from outside sources, such as hacks, doxes, as well as being mass reported. In one of those instances, Pippa's Twitter account got banned for a single day.
I got Twitter banned last night, and now I can't send tweets from my phone anymore.
On December 28th, Pippa
Been there, Pippa.
got her Discord banned as well for unknown reasons.
What did you do? It's fine. It's fine. Too much bed posting? It's fine. Don't worry about it.
My Discord's gone? Guess I don't have to respond to DMs.
Luckily, she regained access back to her account on January 8th.
Please, Discord support! You said I have 14 days to resolve my account issue or you close my account! But you won't respond to any tickets? My Discord is back! I will never say anything bad about Discord again!
Pippa was also embroiled in a fake doxing attempt. Basically what happened is that a YouTuber by the name of Camelot331 posted an
this motherfucker.
alluding that it was Pippa. Pippa then responded to the tweet confirming that this was not her, and added that this could cause privacy issues for VTubers and legal issues for VTubers in corporations.
Jesus Christ, this not me. Please don't post things like this about VTubers. It creates privacy issues, and for people in a company, it could create legal issues.
Camelot.
So I'm gonna say this, like I've been listening to this for a while, like it's controversial coming up. She's friends with controversial people, but Pippa got doxxed, but not by Camelot, but by the Shardy. The Shardy, who's the Shardy? Are you talking about that shark one? I mean, so far I don't really hate this woman, this VTuber. I mean, it sounds like in the places where she was at least fighting, she seemed to have a good head on her shoulders. Yeah, she's edgy, obviously. But she's not, it doesn't seem like she's picking all that many sides, because the anti-woke guys who hang out with Camelot wouldn't have done that, right? They wouldn't have come forward and said anything, but she was, well, obviously it was about her, so she said it, but it seems, I don't know, seems like she has a better head on her shoulders, so I'd have to see what other controversies she's been in, or, you know, her general idea. So far, this is painting a good picture of her, I think. Fairly good. Edgy, maybe dumb edgy or over edgy, but still a better picture.
Then apologized on Twitter for the trouble he had caused, stating,
"People obviously saw the picture I posted yesterday. Had I known the VTuber culture, I wouldn't have posted. A friend was hurt over it. Something I would never want to happen. Even more were hurt. It was a joke. Sorry to Pip. Good lesson learned. Apologies. Yours truly, C331."
Upon Pippa's tweet, internet detectives delved into the message, highlighting capital letters scattered within the text to unveil a hidden phrase. "Phase is gay." This revelation led many to interpret it as either a lack of remorse or an act of trolling. Speculations arose that this cryptic message might have been a response to Pippa's previous jest, referring to him as a fruit during a collaborative podcast.
Oh yeah, that's what I want to see immediately.
Do you think it's your fault for looking a little too fruity, maybe?
Why you gotta say that?
But the biggest accusation Pippa has received is being called a Nazi and an anti-Semite. This is a common trend in VTuber spaces to throw that word around. People also believed Gargura was a Nazi at one point, which I speak about in my Gura video. In one instance, Pippa joked about shekels, which is an Israeli currency, often referenced in Jewish conspiracy theories or anti-Semitic tropes.
Nice, thank you for the 937. Thanks for the stream, Pips. Have my shekels. Oh, thank you. Thank you for the... I'm rubbing my hands. Thank you for the shekels. Thank you, guys.
And then they also accused her of doing racist jokes.
Oh, man. Imagine he'd start... Imagine his opening line was like, "I'll take your breath away."
Which was... well, that's Pippa.
Sometimes I say stupid shit. I'm gonna fucking shoot up a Walmart! Sometimes I say stuff and I don't believe it, but I believe it while I'm saying it. And then 5 seconds later, I'm like, that was the stupidest thing I've ever said. Why did I say that?
During a gameplay session of Goblins Legacy, some viewers interpreted the player's negative comments about goblins as being anti-Semitic as well.
That thing's fucking ugly.
Just a moment.
You know what? I think it's okay we're killing these things. They're pretty fucking ugly. I think we should genocide them.
This confusion may stem from prejudiced stereotypes about Jewish people, leading to a mistaken belief that their criticisms of goblin characters were indirectly
Why is everybody so pissed off? Why are y'all malnourished? There's food.
During the stream.
I just want to say, people thought that I was being anti-Semitic, shitting on the goblins. The goblins have fucking black sclera and like wrinkly, gross little faces and long ears and shit. Bro, the guy.
Yeah, why aren't you eating?
That's not a dog whistle, dude. They're goblins. They're creepy looking.
Pippa also has been accused of denying the Holocaust.
The ladies need to get through Krax to eat. Even he's hungry. He can't eat because he has to make sure that that they don't eat. Get over here and eat, all of you. Oh God, y'all are something. One of you is about to crack, and it's probably going to be Krax. And all of the women are taking a beating.
Cost. When in fact this clip only shows her reading a really messed up super chat.
Thank you for the 333. I think Helen was mostly legit, but not as capable as she's made out to be. Like how that one event happened, but 6 million? No way. Wait a minute.
Same with this clip where she is going fully into her conspiracy theorist trope.
But Kate Angel, what if I told you it's already like that? What if I told you that there's already a group of people running the world right now, and they have been for hundreds of years? They're even trying to reduce the world population to 1 billion, or so some conspiracy theorists say. What if I told you, Kate Angel, that it's not about the population number, it's about who is left?
These are just few minutes out of thousands of hours of streaming. This isn't Pippa's main content. She usually focuses on creating uplifting projects, offering advices to Vtubers, and producing entertaining content for her fans. These are just essentially edgy jokes, but joking about sensitive topics doesn't require you to endorse these subjects. And if you don't believe me, just hear it from Pippa herself.
Sometimes I say stupid shit, but I don't mean it. Or sometimes I say stupid shit, and a year later, shocking, I know, but people change in a year. I don't believe it anymore. Or sometimes I still agree with it, but I didn't mean to word it the way that I did. I'm not gonna apologize, but I wish you wouldn't hate me so much. I would have worded it more nicely if I had known you were gonna hone in on it.
Pippa is often accused of being part of the alt-right movements, which has been associated with anti-Semitism. These antis often dig up clips of Pippa where she presumably manipulated coworkers into thinking that the Joshua Moon site is a good place.
They've talked about us a bit though, and they've been really friendly. There you go, Kiwi Rolls. Mii-chan just called you delicious.
Yes, this video is fucked.
What's going on? Sorry.
Crazy to think anyone would call Tenma innocent. The website owner addressed Pippa's comments, and her positive reaction to his response sparked additional controversy. This sequence of events further intensified the debate surrounding her actions and statements.
Did you see Noel's reaction to you? What the hell? No? What do you say? What the fuck is this anime shit? He said, why are we screaming right now? I'll take it. I'll take it. He said he wanted to become a VTuber. No? Well, help him out, Chad. Help him out, man.
There's also been threads made on Pippa where she is also accused of supporting and encouraging interactions with lolcows and alt-right Gamergates figures. The controversy surrounding Pippa involves clips that, when viewed without context, appear quite incriminating. However, it's important to note that these clips were often deliberately taken out of context. The background and timing of these accusations are crucial for understanding the full picture. The allegations originated from a user involved in the hashtag Kiwi Farm movement led by Kiffles,
Krax.
a controversial figure who had her own movement.
Krax is now becoming a lord by protecting this guy. So let's go. King of all the women. And I just noticed that the person we just captured is also a female. So all Krax has done at the beginning of this thing is to beat women. This is going to be an interesting run.
Against her after she was
Keffals. Hey, if you don't know some of the things that come with Keffals, my Wiggler originated at least from Keffals from the beginning of it. The Wiggler was stolen. Someone made the Wiggler for Queeman. You probably don't know who Queeman is, Kimoji. He's a drama YouTuber, and someone had made him a Wiggler because he was going after her, especially around this stuff. And more recently, like a couple months ago, when I first got the Wiggler, the artist or an artist made one for Nicholas Diorio around the same time I asked for one, because we were getting different things. So she made me one. She made Nicholas Diorio one. She's made my other Wiggler. But and she is probably going to make one once I really start grifting. I plan to get get one with like gold and stuff like that on it. I've also considered getting a White Knight one, for all the times I get called a white knight on the Alyssa, but we'll see how that goes. We'll see how that goes. So a little backstory on the Hammy Wiggler.
Hundreds of thousands of dollars. There's obviously a lot more to be said about Keffels, but she's not a VTuber, so honestly, who cares? All you need to know is this movement, which initially aimed to boycott this particular website, eventually morphed into a widespread hate campaign. Its main objective opposing anything associated with kiwi farms.
There we go.
Scrutinized anyone with even the slightest connection to the website, including those who referenced it in memes.
The VTuber rig is going to be crazy. There's not going to be a VTuber rig. Y'all are trying to groom me, or at least you are, Kimoji, trying to groom me to be a VTuber.
Jokes or even casual mentions. Consequently, Pippa found herself targeted during this period, caught in the crossfire of the movement's broader agenda to combat the website's influence and activities. The problem is that a user or someone such as Vosh, who now stumbles onto these threads and who doesn't understand the context of the time and space where these were written, will only take these words at face value.
Pippa, who I think is like a Nazi.
And this is why she has been a heated topic amongst VTuber audiences in the past couple of years, but hopefully
What do you mean, no acceptable food?
the misconceptions about her.
Oh, because this is a prison. That's why. That's why.
You're gonna ask him to see his barn?
It's just polite.
Thing is, with Pippa, it really shows how a VTuber can embrace the whole 4chan / anonymous forums / rats, and how we can engage with these communities without necessarily have them define us. There is a lot of great content that can come out of mixing communities like this. And she is not just your edgy, epic, rabid VTuber, but a complex character capable of fitting both in the shitposting world and the glossy, idle corporate VTuber scene. The fascinating thing with her is how she's managed to thread the line of controversy, often even crossing it sometimes, to the despair of her boss Fishman. She definitely likes to keep everyone on their toes, but she still managed becoming virtually uncancelable even through the really controversial shit she says. I guess that's the perk of always being really honest about who you are to your audience. They'll accept you for who you are. It makes it even more remarkable that she works for a company that allows her to do this. Sakana intentionally recruits controversial talents, but still aims to be seen as a legitimate idol company. So she definitely had to become a bit more tame since joining. And that's probably for the best. There is only a certain degree of honesty the internet can tolerate until it creates much more hassle than is worth it. Not gonna lie, I was familiar with Pippa before this video, but I hadn't dove that deep into her content. After researching her, I can irrevocably say that I'm kind of a fan now. I mean, she's kind of based. I always...
You know, I'm kind of the same with hearing about her. Like, she doesn't seem that bad in terms of like the way she's going. She's just controversial. She's edgy, but it sounds like a lot of the stuff that everyone sees of her, it's not like a constant edgy thing like that retarded mouse VTuber that always dresses up as a Nazi and stuff like that. That when I say like over the top edginess, that's what I mean. Not the the occasional edgy joke or something like that. So she seems like she's not that bad. This is from a year ago, so I don't know if anything has changed since then. Krax, why don't you go sleep? Oh, you're feeding him? Thank you. Thank you, King. Let's deconstruct your bed so you'll go sleep inside.
I like to see someone who is unabashedly themselves. But what do you guys think of her? Let me know in the comments below.
So yeah, very interesting character. I may look more into her, but I mean, for the most part, it doesn't seem like she is, she's that bad a VTuber. It seems like she's got a pretty good career on her head. just kind of edgy. freeholder title for Krax. That's what I'm talking about. We're gonna do this ceremony, and he's gonna get himself some psychic powers, and then we're gonna get this female recruited. Quest completed. Who's my best social person? Word. Oh, all day long. I'm pretty sure she had to stop collabing with Kirsch because of company issues. That would make sense. I mean, I can't demonize someone just for who they're friends with, right? Personally. That's just me. What happened to all of this other stuff over here? Did y'all fuck up my shit? So I can't say much about her. So far, for what I've seen, I think it's pretty funny, or that I like. It's interesting, at least interesting. Where are you going? We're gonna do the ceremony. Begin bestowing ceremony. Come on, Krax. Go become the man you always needed to be. Emperor Krax begins here. You'll have to send me some more VTuber stuff, Kamoji, or even Simon, if he listens to it later. Finish it. Because I want all those weapons. Imagine Krax spurging out and aggroes everyone. That would be the quickest end to this battle. He's pretty happy right now, though. Let's see. Yeah. He slept on the ground. He doesn't like that. He's had his sleep disturbed. Of course, the most important one in Rimworld, he ate without a table. Yes, novice Krax. Here we go. Psychcasters with royal titles meditate on their thrones. That's what I like. Initial hope, all perverted xenotypes. We're loving it. All right, y'all need to get out of here before Krax loses his shit because y'all are on his land. Let's see. I'm going to set this, and then I'm going to... Is this just... I must have deleted these or something. Is that right? Is that right? Yeah. Yeah, it looks good. Maybe they weren't women, so he's chill. Yeah, that's probably it. They were, it's okay to hang out with the boys. But our fourth recruit is going to be a woman, so let's set that recruit because she is a waster. Wasters are people. Everyone else is not. Oh, I got an honorable ceremony. Did he get any powers? Let's see. Oh, I guess I got to do this. Did he get any powers? Solar pinhole. Generate a microscopic skip gate linked to the core of a nearby star. Solar material leaks through the pinprick in space and time. Oh, it's just a light. All right, that's fine. We'll start with a light and we'll get to the more powerful stuff later. But anyway, thanks for coming by. Those are some fun videos to watch. Maybe we'll get some more content here soon. Either way, we're going to continue the antics of Krax and what's starting to be his harem of women that he doesn't get along with. We'll say doesn't get along with. We're going to see if we can build him a little stick that he can use. Thanks for coming out, guys. Y'all have a wonderful evening, and I will be back on Monday.